Please rate this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Amazon, and become a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net.
Let me tell you something, brother. Tonight it's Wrestling Uncensored. We pay tribute to the great Hulk Hogan. What you gonna do? Yep. Here we are.
Let me tell you something, brother. Literal brother.
Brother.
Gotta have brother. It has to be a brother night tonight.
You gotta bring out the good brothers.
Brother Brutai.
Brother Hogan, brother. Everybody's here tonight.
Brother Johnny.
Johnny, brother.
It's nice to see you guys again. It's sad that what happened in the last 24, 48 hours now. Hulk Hogan passing away. Very sad.
It's huge news.
It's extremely sad. Devastated, sad, shocked. Awful, awful news that we got yesterday. The legendary Hulk Hogan passing away, just 71 years of age, in his home. Well, he passed away in the hospital, I think, after having a cardiac issue at home. And, of course, the tributes are pouring in, and we're going to pay tribute to Hogan. We're going to talk about Hogan, as we do a lot on this show.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like I talk about how great Hogan is all the time. I was really upset when he got booed out of the building on what became his last appearance in the WWE. Now, I understand why people don't like Hogan. I understand why people don't like Terry Bollea. But I'm able to separate, whatever he was as a person, whatever his beliefs were, from the enjoyment that he brought to my life and to millions of others, and the sacrifices to his body that he made that probably, wound up shortening his life a great deal.
Yeah.
And, he is the reason why professional wrestling is where it is today. And people are saying that now, and they are correct. And you cannot understate that. Hulk Hogan made pro wrestling an international box office attraction that could sell tickets around the world in every market. He started all that. The WWF would not have been successful. Vince McMahon would not have the star without Hulk Hogan. Hogan was the man. Main eventing the first, 8 Manias? I mean, I guess you could skip, 5?
4.
4, right? 4.
Yeah. Although he was there and he kind of helped influence the finish.
Yeah. But, instrumental in
he was always there.
First...
He was a fixture.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird not to have him as the main event.
He he changed the game. He changed what professional wrestling was. Some people didn't like it. Vern Gagne didn't want to make him the world champion when Hogan wrestled for the AWA because he didn't think that Hogan was legit enough. He didn't have an amateur background like a lot of the wrestling champions had of the day and prior. He was a different mold. And Hogan took a deal from Vince McMahon Jr. to go back to New York to go work for the WWF. He became their world champion by beating the Iron Sheik. And the rest is history. Hulkamania ran wild in the 1980s. WrestleMania 1 happened with Hogan in the main event. You couldn't have that show without Hulk Hogan. WrestleMania would not exist without Hulk Hogan. Here we are 40 years
plus
later, and people are still talking about the impact of Hulk Hogan. He is the Babe Ruth of professional wrestling. People are still talking about the Babe. There are still records held by the Babe. Same for Hogan. There will never be another Babe Ruth. There will never be another Hulk Hogan. Never. John Cena and Roman Reigns are cool. They're not Hulk Hogan. They're not business changing. John Cena, Roman Reigns, and every other champion that the WWE has had in the past 20, 30 years has been able to draw not off their own name, but off the company. Because when people buy tickets, they're not necessarily buying tickets these days for a certain wrestler. They're buying tickets for the WWE because they know that they're going to get a certain level of entertainment when they buy a ticket to see WWE. You don't know what you're getting, but you know you'll get something. We have tickets for SmackDown in a couple weeks. We don't know what we're getting, but we know we'll get SmackDown.
Yeah.
It might be a show like tonight, which would suck.
Yeah. We
But
might,
we
get
might
Jelly Roll.
We might get Jelly Roll, which won't be great, but we might get John Cena, which would be cool. But we don't know. So we're not buying tickets for John Cena because we don't know that Cena's going to be
He's
there.
not advertised.
Hogan didn't have that
He
luxury.
is now. He is now advertised.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
Oh.
Cena's advertised for Montreal?
Yeah, you're going to get Cena for sure.
Oh, John, you froze out. You're
I'm
frozen.
Can you hear me, though?
I hear you, but you're frozen.
Yeah, I see that. But I am actually moved my lips. But, yeah.
All right.
Well, maybe come back, disconnect and come back so we can, see you move. It'd be good to see you moving.
It's an idea. Hold on a sec.
Okay. Johnny will be back. Ooh, Cena? Oh, Zevy's going to be so hyped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finally get a chance.
Oh, my son's going to be really happy to see John Cena. That's great.
Well, don't expect, because this is after SummerSlam, right? So don't expect much. But
No, but still, he'll get to see him.
Yeah, promo.
That's enough.
sadly, he never got to see Hogan.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm lucky that I was able to see Hogan as many times as I did.
Many memories.
But like I was saying, you know, Hogan couldn't depend on the name WWF.
Yeah.
Like, it was really, people were buying tickets to see Hogan. And that's why the other wrestlers would come up to Hogan and thank him for the house, because they knew that they were making money because of Hogan. It was all trickling down. The arenas were sold out, you know, 20, 30,000 people, whatever it was, 90,000 people at the Silverdome, brother.
93, brother.
200,000 people at the Silverdome, brother.
The big stinky giant, brother.
I slammed that big stinky giant. He was 900 pounds, brother. The embellishments of Hogan, too, people got mad at, but I always felt like it was part of the charm of Hogan. It just kind of amused me, all the things that he said. The embellishments, the lies, whatever. But, you know, he was the guy selling the tickets. People bought tickets to see Hulk Hogan. And, of course, you had to fill the card with other matches. You couldn't just have one match on the card, so they filled the card with other matches and great wrestlers and superstars, but they knew the deal. They knew that they were getting paid big money because they were sold out, and the tickets were price high because people wanted to pay big money to see Hulk Hogan. He was that big. I don't think people today that didn't see him, that weren't around, grasp the level of hype there was around this guy. People wanted to see him pose in the ring after he won his matches. They just wanted to see him come out, rip his shirt off, pose, beat guys up, body slam, big boot, leg drop, 1, 2, 3, and then pose for like 10 minutes. And the people went nuts, just flexing, doing this, doing that, and then doing these all, you know, four corners of the ring. Just
Let me hear you.
like just that, tremendous.
Yeah.
I loved it. And it seems like nothing. When I do it, it looks like nothing.
I
But
feel very corny.
yeah, you look, it's nothing. But when Hogan did it, it was like electric. There was something magical about him doing this.
You wanted to get loud for him.
Yeah, and it worked for so long, and everything he did worked in that character for longer than anybody. Changed the business twice. Completely revolutionized professional wrestling twice. With the rock and wrestling era throughout the 80s that he was the head of by far. And then with the NWO and making WCW a massive company and the Monday Night Wars and all of that, Hogan. All Hogan. All the Manias. Mania 1, Mania 2.
Mania 18.
Mania 3, the most famous match of all time against Andre the Giant. I can't tell you how many people still to this day talk about Hogan and Andre. Like, it's never going to go away. I don't know any other match that people will talk to you about like that. Like,
Yeah.
is there another match? There is no.
Yeah, like.
There is
yeah.
no one match.
Just with the name recognition.
No, and I'm not talking about like Brett and Austin from 13, right? Because that was a big one. But that's big within wrestling.
Yeah,
circles.
the general public won't.
The general public, everybody knew about Hogan and Andre. Like, if you were alive in 88 when it happened, you were aware of it. 87.
87. I
Yeah,
guess.
87.
That was over
87.
WrestleMania
Yeah.
0.
You were aware and you know about it, and you still, to this day, remember it. Hogan body slamming Andre in the Silverdome. Massive. And then he went on to just continue the run. A huge run that ended in the WWF the first time in 93. After he won the title at WrestleMania 9. That I know some people are upset about now and some people were upset about at the time. But I remember as a kid thinking, this makes sense. It's WrestleMania. There's a WWF championship. Yokozuna is an evil heel who just won. Of course Hogan comes in and beats him. Of course. Made perfect sense to me as a kid. And then when Hogan left WWF in 93, I'm like 8 years old. When he leaves WWF, I go, well, what am I watching now? Where's Hogan? The WWF like kind of sucked at that point when Hogan left. I was like, well, why is, where's the main character? It would be as if like Roman Reigns won the title in April at WrestleMania, and then by June he was gone forever. People would be like, what? Where did he go? Except now you got Cody Rhodes as kind of a backup. Back then it was Hogan. And the backup was like Brett, who was kind of new and not really established. And
Macho.
As much as I love Brett, John, to be quite honest, Brett didn't sell tickets like Hogan. You know? Never did, never could.
It didn't help to lose at WrestleMania 9 like that, but still, regardless. I think Brett, to me, was the guy who was up and coming. And it showed that whole, 92, 93 year. He won King of the Ring. They were pushing him to be the next guy. Like, it felt that way.
But.
Completely.
But. He couldn't. Like, they were looking for the next Hogan. When, Brett was kind of there and they put him on top, they're still like, how about Lex Luger? Because they were never fully convinced because Hogan had been so successful for them that for years they were looking for the next Hogan until they found the next Hogan in Stone Cold Steve Austin, who's the only other guy that I think you can really compare to Hogan as far as impact on the wrestling business. But even then, I think most would agree that Hogan had a bigger impact. There's no single wrestler that has ever had a bigger impact on pro wrestling than the Hulkster.
I don't want to get stuck in the whole Brett Hogan thing, but Brett brought in a different kind of... Well, I'm just going to still bring it up with Brett. Like, to me, again, this is just me growing up watching this. To me, Brett brought forth, the matches I wanted to see the most because they felt like more authentic. Hogan, it was kind of the same thing over and over again. And it's fine for what it was. He's the, like you said, the main character. He's the superhero. He's the biggest guy there. But in terms of like the best match I wanted to see, Brett was the guy to do it. So to me, Brett should have been the guy. It made sense. And I thought it was kind of insulting. We never got Hogan versus Brett. But unfortunately, that's the way things went.
Would have been a hell of a SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you pass the torch. But
Yeah.
and again, that's maybe some of the criticisms of Hogan, that he was kind of just in it for himself sometimes.
Yes, most of the time. He didn't lose very much. Very, very rarely did he lose.
Yeah.
A lot of wrestlers were resentful of that. But I
Still
think the
resentful.
counterpoint to that is, if you drew like Hogan drew, they would put you over. And, end of the day, the promoter is deciding. Like, a lot of people put a lot of that on Hogan, but really, it's Vince's decision.
Yeah, it is. No, it's true. And the whole thing about WrestleMania 9, that all falls on Vince, because he told Brett one thing and then he went the other way on it. So like, it really does fall on Vince. However, Jesse Ventura, that's a different thing. I can understand why Jesse's still to this day upset about it.
Yeah. There was, talk of a union, and Hogan got word of it, apparently, according to Jesse.
I think Hogan kind of confirmed it in the last kind of year. He's
He
kind of
did,
like, yeah, I
possibly.
did it, brother. That's right.
And then Hogan told Vince, and it broke it up, and yeah. Hogan was
in a court of
protecting
law.
himself and Vince.
They got to confirm in the court of law that
Right.
that's what happened.
Yeah. Not great. I mean, there are things about Hogan that are not great. I mean, we're really kind of tiptoeing around.
There's some major...
There's other things.
a point.
There was the racism tape, I mean, it was a set. I mean, that whole thing,
Yeah.
I kind of felt like, I know people want to take that and the things he said, which were terrible, and go, he's a bad guy. I'm going to base everything that I think about Hulk Hogan on that moment. And I feel bad for him because he's in a dark place in his life. He has this weird friend who is encouraging him to have sex with his wife
Yeah.
in a room that his friend is secretly recording, his supposed friend, who still, by the way, Bubba the Love Sponge is the guy, the friend. And that guy was telling us like weeks ago that Hogan was in terrible health, and everybody was like, no, he's fine. And now he's the one leading the charge saying like, I was telling you this, and I'm also telling you that people around Hogan have been upset with the beer people and the people promoting Hogan because they've been running him ragged and they've been putting his health at risk, and here are the consequences. So there might have been something going on there with Hogan and
Elder
how,
abuse.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but Bubba the Love Sponge has been kind of on it, but he's got a real twisted past with Hogan.
His credibility issues.
Yeah, so it's hard to tell what's going on with him because he's not really a character where you go, he stands for truth, justice, and the American way,
He's being honest with me here.
Yeah, I don't know, but he was being honest with
about
us.
the health. Yeah, so it's like there's a kernel of truth.
It's hard. It's really hard, but that's how you do the best lies. You add some truth to it. If
so you
have
go, you're right about that, so you're right about this.
If you're right about one thing, you might be right about everything, but that's not always the case.
I've seen the documents.
So
You kind of jump in the timeline a bit here because a lot happened in between all that stuff with the sex tape. I mean, the whole thing about the reality show and then the breakup with his wife. I mean, that was a huge effect on him.
yeah, well, there was the breakup. I mean,
divorce.
that was part of why he was in this dark place, and then he was secretly recorded having sex with this woman who was Bubba the Love Sponge's wife at the time, right?
Right.
And then Hogan said some pretty awful racist things on that recording, and that recording got out, the whole thing, somehow, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember how exactly. But
It was
Hogan
Gawker.
Hogan wound up suing and making a lot of money.
On behalf of Peter
Peter Thiel, who's,
kind of a supervillain.
yeah. So there was some, issues with Hogan for sure. And a lot of people are kind of dancing on Hogan's grave, I'm seeing publicly because of those things. You know, and he never really apologized properly for the race. He was like, you got to watch out of the cameras, brother, and this and that. You know, like, and then he kind of doubled down. He was like, well, brother, if they think I'm racist, watch this. I'm going to go full Kid Rock and just go with Donald Trump and do the Republican thing. And people didn't like that, you know. So there was a lot of stuff that happened with Hogan that people did not like. And a lot of his fellow wrestlers, I mean, Undertaker kept telling the story about how when he beat Hogan for the title, he tombstoned him, and Hogan was like, oh, my neck, my neck. And then Taker felt really bad for a few days until he saw the tape, and it's like Hogan's neck never touched the mat. He was just trying to make Taker trying to work him or whatever.
Yeah, so then he could get
the belt right back and, you know, make him or bury him and, you know, get rid of him because he maybe saw him as a threat or whatever. And that's not a great story about Hogan. But, you know, again, Hogan came up in an era of pro wrestling where if you wanted to be the top guy, that's kind of part of the deal. It's a snaky business. And when you're on top for so long, people are going to resent you for staying on top.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just the keeping people down and the racism and everything. I mean, there's a lot that goes into the controversies around Hogan. But his contributions to pro wrestling and to pop culture and to, you know, it's complicated. I loved Hogan. I forgave whatever it was because I don't know.
Well,
you know, it's hard
human.
to judge a man based on his darkest moment where he's being secretly recorded. I feel like that's kind of rough.
Yeah.
I got empathy for him. He's a old guy from Florida who was a pro wrestler. What do you expect?
That's the thing too. Is just like how I guess
expected
square
him,
that circle.
I kind of expected him to think all these things. I didn't expect him to say them out loud, but I guess in private he sometimes did. You know, I don't know. I don't like.
You know, like
it is what it is. People think differently than I do.
And if I couldn't be a fan of anybody, you know, who I didn't feel that comfortable being, you know, I would be a fan of very few wrestlers. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it.
That's the thing, you know. Like we're just talking about Undertaker. You know.
Yeah.
People are mad about Hogan boosting Trump. Undertaker had him on his show.
Well, that's it.
You know, I mean,
right.
You know.
Yeah, people were mad about Hogan with
you know,
Trump.
People get mad at
Taker.
Undertaker. You know, Undertaker was on that same show Hogan got booed out of, and nobody was booing Undertaker.
Stone Cold comes out and he gets a huge pop. He beat his wife.
Yeah, you could find out exactly what he did to Deborah.
And it's horrific.
It was awful.
It's horrible.
Shawn Michaels.
I mean, a lot of wrestlers have done terrible things throughout the... Have you seen Dark Side of the Ring? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is Hogan the worst? No. You know, like, is he the worst of the worst? No. And for how great he was as a wrestler and an icon of wrestling, he was treated like the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
You know, like the wrestling community just decided we're turning on this guy, and that's that. And it was, you know, I don't know. I didn't love it.
Well,
I didn't love it.
It goes back to what I told you on X this week, Dave. Like, it's a big problem is the fact that a lot of WWE stars at this time didn't like Hogan and went out of their way to tell you that they didn't like Hogan.
Yeah.
So then their fans jump on that. And they're like, oh, if my favorite wrestler doesn't like him, then I don't like him too.
Yeah.
And that becomes a huge, like, mob fight pretty much all on Hogan. And, like you said, like, he got booed the last time he was there. Last time they mentioned Hogan, Punk said he was going to kill Hulkamania.
Yeah.
Becky was doing the Becky Hogan thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was just all negative on Hogan from all your top stars.
I mean, And Stephanie McMahon, right after Hogan got booed, she was doing interviews saying, like, oh, I didn't really like Hogan. He wasn't a good wrestler. Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, like, they were burying Hogan.
McAfee, too?
Yeah, McAfee, too. Like, it was green light on Hulk Hogan.
But they kind of corrected themselves tonight, though. I thought they did a very good tribute tonight on SmackDown, at least.
A little late.
Sure. But at least they did a good job. I thought Triple H did a very good job with that video package. I was very happy with that.
We were joking while watching that, like, there's a take out there of Triple H narrating, and then just going off onto a rant about how Hogan beat him at Backlash 02 and how he didn't want to do the job.
I can't believe Hogan
I've shared the ring with this man. I just come back after tearing my quad winning at Mania. Vince comes to me and says, Hogan's going over in Backlash. I said, no. And he said he told me to shut up.
I couldn't believe it.
It was such a short
Hogan
reign,
called me
too.
brother and said, don't take it so hard.
I said to Hogan, okay, I'm going to hit you with the pedigree, and then I'm going to pin you. He says to me, that doesn't work for me, brother. I couldn't believe it. And then Vince is just standing there laughing.
You gotta find another finish there, Paul, he said.
You could tell Triple H. That would be so funny if Triple H just like went off and started telling personal stories about how he had the job to Hogan. I never wanted to do it.
I was so over.
I can't believe Vince made me lose to Hogan and Warrior. Ridiculous. I swear if Macho was still with the company, I would have lost to him too.
It really was best for business at the time. Hogan, like, when he
Yeah, it
came
was.
back,
The
At
comeback
WrestleMania
was
team,
crazy.
Oh my God, we
Montreal.
were witnesses to that.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough. I don't know. Were you at
We
the
were
Raw
there.
after Mania, John, and the SmackDown in May? Were you at those shows?
the SmackDown, not the Raw, though.
You didn't go to Raw after WrestleMania?
Not that one, though.
Oh man,
The SmackDown, yeah.
So,
SmackDown was crazy too.
but it was the night after he wrestled The Rock in Toronto at WrestleMania.
And that's another one of those like greatest matches of all time.
Yeah.
Kind of contenders.
Oh, that was crazy.
That might be another one that the general public might be like, oh yeah, Hogan Rock.
The double turn. Hogan comes in heel, Rock comes in babyface, and they leave switched, which WWE is changing the history
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Oh, 100%. I saw it tonight. They showed that tonight.
Right. So they're acting like Rock was a babyface, Hogan was a heel, and then during the match, the fans started also cheering for Hogan, and they both left as heroes, which is not what happened.
No.
What
No.
happened was Rock, they started booing Rock and cheering Hogan. They flipped. It was a double turn.
They called in the ring.
Kind of. Like, because The Rock was still a babyface in the end, or they didn't completely turn The Rock until like a year later, actually.
No, but they turned on The Rock in that match. Like the fans
Yes.
were booing everything Rock was doing and cheering everything Hogan was doing. But for some reason, and the WWE told you that story for many years after the match happened, but for some reason over the past few days, I'm noticing they're talking about that match and the narrative has totally changed, where it's like, no. Rock was always cheered during, they always loved Rock. And I go, oh, you mean the guy who's like on the board of directors and like kind of running the company? That guy? They always loved him, eh? That's weird because I don't remember that. That's not how I remember that match going that I watched at the time and I still remember and I heard WWE tell me about for years afterwards. That's not how it went. The Rock has changed it. And I wonder if you watch that match on Netflix, have they changed the audio of the crowd? Are they not booing The Rock anymore?
It's very possible.
Because I'm pretty sure I
Jerry
still
and
have
JR,
it on.
I think, talk about The Rock getting booed.
Right.
They acknowledge it. They acknowledge how big of a pop Hogan gets when he comes out. And they're
If
like,
they've-
wow, like,
if they've
respect
edited
for
that
this
out.
man and all he's done for the business.
Man, somebody call James Gunn and have him handle this. Get it together.
The balance of power has shifted.
He's mad at The Rock.
Well, The Rock kind of was like, I'm going to take over, like, DC Comics
Yeah, but it didn't
movie.
work, so why is he
No.
mad?
Because then James Gunn got picked to do it, and The Rock, I guess, feels butthurt about it.
Why is James Gunn talking about it, though?
Well, he talked...
Rock's not talking about it.
No, but... Wait, talked about what, the balance of power or shit?
I don't know.
He made
I don't
a joke
understand.
about that, because that was just, like, kind of like... Because The Rock was, like, trying to make his, like, ex-brother-in-law, like, the head of movies, who was, like, his
but
personal
it didn't work
assistant.
out.
No, Black Adam made, like, okay money, but, like, not enough to be, like,
And then
we're
they
going to give
told
you
him,
the keys.
we don't want you anymore.
Yeah, we're good. We're going to go with this guy instead.
Anyways, they've totally changed how that match went at WrestleMania 18, and I think that's bad. I don't know why they did that. But the next night, Raw was in Montreal, and we were at the Bell Center, and Hogan was greeted with the loudest ovation I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
I've been to the Bell Center for big George St. Pierre title fights when he won the belt, all sorts of big events at the Bell Center. I've never heard that building louder than it was with Hogan. And louder, and for a long time. It felt like 20 minutes of just, like, Hogan came out, fans went nuts as soon as he comes out, cheering. He's in the ring. Fans are still cheering. They go to commercial. We're still cheering. They come back. We're still cheering. It's like, it was so long. It was just like going nuts for Hogan. As everybody, as loud as they could.
Like whole sections of people bowing. Like,
it was
crazy.
Crazy. I've never experienced anything like that since. Hogan coming out the night after Raw in Montreal. Like, if you haven't seen it, you could check it out. I've seen videos. It doesn't compare to how it felt in the building.
I remember being there.
It was so nuts for Hogan. It was a moment I'll never forget. And Hogan's face.
Yeah.
I'll never forget seeing his face.
There was emotion.
He was, like, touched. Like, you could see him emotional. It was beautiful. It was pure cinema. Fantastic.
It was also, I think, like, Montreal crowd, too, because we never really got, I don't know about the 80s, but I feel like Montreal didn't get Hulkamania. Like, he went to Toronto a lot.
Yeah.
Like, Montreal didn't get Hogan. They got, like, Macho or some other like, they didn't get the
Like,
A.
I went to, like, a few house shows when they would come here, and Hogan was never there.
Yeah.
In the early 90s,
So,
it wasn't Hogan.
I mean, my first show as a wrestling fan was the WCW house show, and it's one of Hogan's 9 clean losses.
Very few.
I think it's fewer than 10.
Yeah.
To Jacques Rougeau, and I was pissed off
To Jacques
that he lost. I was like, Hogan doesn't
Rougeau.
lose.
To the Mountie,
He does
Jacques
not lose
Rougeau.
to the fucking Mountie. I'm still kind of mad about that.
Well, Jacques paid him to do it.
I know, but like at the time, I was like, this is Hollywood Hogan in '97. Like,
Brother.
he wins all the goddamn time. NWO for life, and
he was world champion at the time. He was WCW world champion, as hot and on top as you could possibly
April of
get.
'97. Like,
It was like peak NWO Hollywood Hogan. They did a house show in Montreal for some reason. All the stars of WCW came. It was the first time I'd ever seen Hulk Hogan live, and it was incredible. It was NWO Hogan, and Ric Flair was there, and all sorts of cool WCW
Harlem
guys were there.
Heat.
And then I think the next time I had seen Hogan, like, was
the after Mania,
which was amazing.
And like after the show too, like after the cameras went off, it was Hogan in the ring and like posing and like more of that sustained applause. Like, like at least 20 minutes after the cameras went off.
Yeah. The
And
Hulkster was special.
in the May SmackDown, it was the go home show to Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So it was the last time, that SmackDown we were at. It was the last time Hulk Hogan walked in and out of the building as WWE champion.
Yeah.
Maybe he was still WWF at the time. It's about to change.
Yeah.
But, and like Vince came out to like confront him. It was like the start of their feud that would go on for like till Mania. And it was like Vince, like nuclear heat. And like Hogan started like punching him. And like we were just loving it. And like at one point, like he punched him and Vince is staggering. And then Hogan just rips the shirt. And you just hear this eruption from the crowd. I'm just like, here we go. And I think he delivers a leg drop. And it was like, it was like, we're just talking about Brett, but it was like he was getting justice for Brett. Kind of.
And they did a Rock Hogan rematch too at No Way Out here too.
Yeah,
right?
we saw that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like Montreal was like for
we
a little
got
bit
some
there. It was
good
Hogan
moments. Yeah. We
Yeah.
got some good. The rebirth of Hulkamania in the early 2000s, we got some nice moments there.
Also in 2005, when he was feuding
And
with
we were
Shawn
there.
Michaels
Like,
in
we were
that
there
crazy
for-
Shawn Michaels
we were
promo,
there for all of
it
those,
was part
which
of
is
the Hogan
nice.
feud.
Yeah.
When Shawn Michaels cut that crazy promo where he teased Brett coming out.
Didn't Hogan come out?
Hogan came out, didn't come. They played the music and he didn't come out, but we were
But he
like,
came out
he was
later.
to wrestle Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
But we were like, oh, Hogan's here. He should come out, and he didn't. Hogan and like Brett and Michaels were like, forgive you for falling for it once, but when it's twice, it's on you. We're like, oh,
Yeah, hated
screw
Shawn.
you, Sean. But
Man,
yeah,
we got to see Hogan a lot.
yeah, a lot of big moments, and every time it was just like crazy applause and just like sustained.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
just like sustained noise where my ears were like crinkling,
Yeah.
but it was just wouldn't stop. It was not just like a pop. It was just like nonstop noise. It was crazy. Like it drowned out the music. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like the Hogan pops were nuts.
yeah. Like I've been part of Austin pops, rock pops.
Yeah.
But
It's different.
yeah.
Different.
It's funny, Dave. You say Andre and Hogan. That's, you think, the best moment of Hogan. To me, honestly, I think it's the NWO when he turned on WCW and joined the NWO, because that changed everything again. And that was big to do because no one had beaten WWF at the time. And the fact that pretty much started that, like, WCW became the wrestling company. That was a huge change back then.
It really was. WCW was nothing until Hogan showed up. It was not serious. No wrestling fan really took it seriously. It was certainly not anywhere near competition for the WWF. Hogan shows up, changes the game. Like, even with the red and yellow WCW Hogan, it was like, okay, now they're serious. They've got Hogan. And then, he turns heel, which no one ever thought was possible. People were shocked and appalled. And it's like the most evil guy, and he's Hollywood Hogan with the NWO. And WCW all of a sudden is the biggest wrestling company in the world. He took it from nothing, a total joke, to number one. Yeah. I mean, it's both moments to be so iconic in a mainstream way for pro wrestling, like slamming the Giant, turning and joining the NWO. Like, everybody knows about that stuff. I couldn't name you any other wrestler who has those types of moments that everybody, even people that don't even watch wrestling, like, are aware of.
Well, it's amazing. It's almost a decade apart, those moments, too, when you think about it. So it's amazing his longevity in wrestling that he was able to pull off, which is not easy to do, especially back then. It was rougher because they wrestled far more times than they do now.
There will never be another Hulk Hogan. We could go on forever talking about the Hulkster and the matches, the different eras of Hogan, the finger point of doom, the feud with Sting in WCW.
That's the wall up there, brother.
Ash the Beach.
It's not hot.
It's not hot.
Yappa pie.
The Mega Powers with Macho Man. The match at WrestleMania 6, kind of passing the torch to the Ultimate Warrior at the Skydome.
When he ended the Iraq War, WrestleMania 7?
When he ended the war, beating Sergeant Slaughter at WrestleMania 7. I mean, those were huge moments in pro wrestling. And I think his last great match, we're talking about this, was in TNA against Sting.
Bound for Glory.
2010? Yeah, 2011, I think it was.
Which seems nuts that he was wrestling that recently, It's only, 14 years ago. And at the time, I remember when they booked it, I thought, what? How? And then Sting and Hogan went out and had, like, a killer match that you couldn't believe they were doing what they were doing. You couldn't believe Hogan was doing what he was taking bumps, and it was just nuts.
It was like a street fight.
It was bloody and violent and very good. And, people want to bury Hogan for not being great in the ring. Like, he's not Bret Hart. He's not Kurt Angle. But what he did very well, and it got people invested. It's not necessarily about the moves. It's really how you do them and how you draw people in. Great selling. Like, he could sell his ass off. The, like, oh, you know, like, brother, and, like, hand out to the crowd. Help me, brother.
But then he'd start hulking up.
And then the Hulk up was crazy.
Yeah.
And then when he would point that finger and the crowd go, you! It
Yeah.
was like, oh.
Yeah, it's true. They would go, you.
So good. So good.
And they would go like, whoo.
Yeah, Hulkster is coming for you. I think that was more of the later years with it.
Yeah.
Because back in the days, they just went, ah.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God.
Monsoon, listen to this ovation.
It was so great.
It's pandemonium here. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
sad.
that TNA match was good.
There's no more moments now. It's very sad.
Yeah. Rest
That
in
was something you
peace.
could always look forward to, though. It was like we'd always get those Hogan, like every now and then he'd come back for an appearance here or there.
Yeah.
We'd always
The
have that to
Silver
look forward
Dome.
And I always loved it. And I
Yeah.
always was like pulling for him to somehow maybe like win the Rumble. Remember I pitched him
Yeah.
winning the Rumble
Yeah.
like a year or two ago? I was like,
Why
hear me
not?
out. Hear me out. All he's got to do is throw a clothesline. Comes in at 30, throws a couple clotheslines, and he wins. Like, anybody could technically win the Rumble. Why not Hogan? Remember when Roman was like going to beat his record
Yeah.
for the belt?
Hogan wanted to stop him.
And it was like maybe Hogan stops him. It would be
I
hilarious.
don't think so, brother.
And then you do Hogan Roman at WrestleMania after Hogan wins the Rumble. I mean, you know, obviously it wasn't going to happen. But I always, like, whenever he was around, I was always like, hey, why not do a little something with Terry? Because he was always believable as this superhuman guy that could just come in, throw a few punches, hit the boot, hit the leg, and you were done. The problem is, in the later years, he couldn't do the leg drop anymore, so it was really tough to get anything going. But he would have been willing. Like, he was always talking about it, too. He's always talking about, like, brother, I might have this match with it. They're talking to me about it. It's like, are they? Or are you just,
Yeah.
you know, like, you
Tall
couldn't even
tales.
tell. It was part of the gimmick.
It's funny, like, I don't know if you've looked back on the history. Apparently, like, WrestleMania, like, around 2005, I think it's WrestleMania 23 or something, they wanted to do Hogan and Austin. They were both going to be at the Hall of Fame. And apparently, like, there was talk of that maybe happening. There was a chance.
Yeah.
We could have had it once, but they couldn't get done, sadly. I don't think Austin, apparently. Again, some people didn't like Hogan. Austin, I think, may have been one of them.
Austin didn't want
No.
to do the JOB.
There's a great moment when the year before, is when Austin
Yeah.
inducts Brett. The first thing he says is, it's funny
yes.
because the fans are chanting Austin Hogan, and Hogan's there because he inducted Mean Gene, I think, and like Hogan's just like sitting there, and then Austin goes, it's funny, I was going through my bag earlier and found a couple of cans of whoop ass with Hulk Hogan's name on them, and the crowd erupts, and Hogan's like he's not happy. He's like,
He's like, brother.
don't say that.
Oh.
But
I'm
Austin,
guessing
like,
it was Hogan
It would've
putting the
been
cold
great.
water on that.
It would have been great, but I don't think Austin would have wanted to lose to Hogan. So,
yeah, that may have been a bit of an issue. But Austin still put over Hogan, though.
yeah.
He passed away, so.
Yeah, even Shawn Michaels did. Shawn Michaels clearly didn't want to lose to Hogan.
We were talking about a match like a week or two ago.
Yeah, I mean, that match is crazy.
The best is when the big boot at the end, and Shawn goes down and then gets up, runs around the ring, and flops again, and Hogan just goes like this.
Like, okay, brother,
And
if this is how you're going to do it. Like, Shawn was so rude in the lead up to that match, the things he said about Hogan. And then in the match, he was so disrespectful. And then after the match, the things he was saying, like, oh, obviously Hogan's a much better wrestler than me because he beat me.
He was
And
so
it was just
strong.
like, it was just like, yeah,
We
okay,
get it.
we get it, Sean. You're more athletic than he is, and you think you should have won, but Vince told you that you're not winning because Hogan wanted to win, and you blame again. This is the mind fuck that Vince would do on these guys.
Yeah.
you blamed Hogan for that, and you took it out on him in a very public and childish and unprofessional way. Like, you're not supposed to wrestle like that, Shawn Michaels. And this was like Shawn Michaels after having like
being all Jesus-y.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's like religious.
He was wearing the t-shirts with the crosses on them.
But he's still the same old piece of shit.
Yeah.
He still is to this day. He's still that guy. I saw him say something recently. I forget what it was, but I was just like, ugh, you're still that guy. The Heartbreak Kid's still in there, you little bastard. Shawn Michaels, you little
Two-faced chicken shit.
Yeah. Ugh.
That
match was crazy. I can't believe like Shawn did that. Like, I still can't believe he did that. And got away with it.
That karma cut up to Shawn anyways. You look at his hair now and that last match he had. It got him back in the end, so it's fine.
I guess. Seems to be doing all right.
Well, I just, again, sad. It was sad to see Jimmy Hart there. Like, I met Jimmy, and I know how much Hogan meant to him. So, it was tough. Like, I wish that was one thing from SmackDown I wish they would have done is, like, had maybe Jimmy talk about Hogan, had, like, Duggan talk about... You bring these guys in just to stand on the stage. I mean, that's cool for the 10-bell salute. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, maybe have them say something about Hogan.
Yeah.
That's what they used to do for tribute shows, but I guess they just kind of try to wrap it up because they still have a show to do. I get it. And they can't use all the time on Hogan, but maybe a little thing, just like 20 seconds of Jimmy saying something would be nice.
Yeah, they had all those legends there, and we didn't hear them share a single memory about Hogan. They had a video package. They had the 10-bell salute with everybody on the stage at the beginning of SmackDown, but they didn't. Yeah, they should have followed up with some production, like get them talking about Hogan, cut some clips, and sprinkle them throughout the show.
Cody did. That was nice what Cody said, though.
Cody did a promo. He said Hogan's legacy is complicated, but his contributions to the business not complicated, and proceeded to put Hogan over and thank Hulk Hogan.
That's a good way of putting it.
Thank you for the house, brother. And then Cody went on to say he wants the real John Cena at SummerSlam, not this guy. Unfortunately for Cody, I think this is all there's left of John Cena. So this is what you're going to get at SummerSlam, Cody. Good luck with the match. I mean, SmackDown was a big pile of nothing tonight. They could have done more Hogan stuff and less everything else that they did. Like, after the Hogan tribute, that part where they did a 10-bell salute and a video package, we come back, and Logan Paul comes to the ring. And he's doing a promo. And I go, this is far from the Hulkster, brother. This is not that at all. And then it got worse. Because this non-wrestler, Logan Paul, is interrupted by another non-wrestler, a 40-year-old, out-of-shape, non-athletic musician named Jelly Roll. The only thing pro wrestler about this guy is his name. Looks awful. Cuts this promo about Logan Paul being only good for inspiring asshole kids to film themselves doing asshole things. So, nice calling kids assholes there, Jelly Roll on SmackDown. And then Drew McIntyre came out because we needed, an adult in the room. And then Randy Orton came out because, Drew couldn't handle the children. He needed some help. And then they all have this brawl. And Jelly Roll is delivering the worst forearms maybe ever to Logan Paul. Just terrible. In the corner. They're clearly helping Jelly Roll through this. Logan threw a clothesline that Jelly Roll was supposed to duck, but he didn't duck.
He went like this.
And, he just kind of slightly lowered his head, and Logan just sailed over the top with him with that clothesline. It looked awful. And then he turned around and got slammed-ish by Jelly Roll.
And he, way over bumps. So
yeah,
it
because
just
he's
looks-
trying to
but,
make
like-
him look like Logan
But Joey was
Paul.
going like very lightly pushing, and Paul's just going like, "Whoa!" It's
Logan Paul
not
thinks he's making Jelly Roll look good, but
Yeah.
he's actually overselling and overdoing it and making it look even worse than it is.
Maybe he's doing a Shawn Michaels.
Because I don't think he is. I think he is such a
Yeah.
bad wrestler that he thinks he's supposed to react that way. And Jelly Roll is so bad and doesn't know any better. But he's really dedicated. He comes to the Performance Center like 3 times a week. So that means he's ready to work at SummerSlam. Ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And it's like, this is what we're talking about the greatest professional wrestler of all time, classic wrestling, and then you give me this bullshit with Jelly Roll. Like, cancel SmackDown and just do Hogan video packages the rest of the show, because what you have to offer is not good. This is particularly offensive. Jelly Roll? I mean, he's worse than Logan Paul. I mean, the only thing that this is accomplishing is making Logan Paul look good-ish. Although, because of the overselling, he doesn't even look good. He looks really amateur. It makes Drew and Randy look really good in comparison, because, like, oh, look, those guys know actually. They know what they're doing. They're good. It's very bad.
Yeah, it was
Jelly Roll?
It was strange. Like, you made a good point. Like, maybe it's to like show like Hogan, the rock and wrestling connection. So here's our modern kind of rock and wrestling offerings.
Maybe it was their idea of a tribute to that, right?
but-
Like, I was trying to find an angle.
But even so, it was
This
quite
is
awful.
This is our Mr. T and Hogan thing, Jelly Roll is
You're
like
reaching.
Mr. T, or this is like our Hogan and Bischoff versus Jay Leno and DDP. This is our Hogan and Dennis Rodman versus DDP and Karl Malone. I mean, maybe that's what they were going for. Where Randy is Hogan and he's got Carl Jelly Roll Malone with him. I mean, but
DDP
Karl
was
Malone
with,
played in the NBA. Jelly Roll sings songs.
I guess.
Like, at least with Logan Paul, he boxed Floyd Mayweather before being in WWE. He was in the athlete space. I wouldn't say
he's conditioned.
he's not really a pro athlete, but he's in that arena. Jelly Roll, I mean, he's no Bad Bunny. I'll tell you that much. For as far as those types of guys go, this match at SummerSlam is going to be terrible. Just awful. And to waste my time on SmackDown with this was really bad. But, they didn't have much else. You had Roxanne Perez beating Alexa Bliss.
Broke her nose.
Did she break her nose? Alexa did a
Yeah.
Twisted Bliss off the top to the outside on Raquel, and it looked like she hurt herself doing it. How did she break her nose doing that?
The way she landed, it was
Yeah.
one because Raquel was waiting forever for her,
Yeah.
and then had to move Charlotte out of the way.
Yeah.
And I think by doing that, her position was kind of off a bit, the way she was supposed to catch her. So
Yeah.
it looked like she caught her kind of in her midsection, or her midsection, her face hit Raquel's midsection.
Mm.
So I think her nose just bounced off of that. It looked like.
Ouch.
Break your nose by hitting somebody's
The ribs, maybe?
I felt like maybe it was an elbow or something. I wasn't sure what caught Alexa. It was a weird fall.
It could be a hip too, just you got the side of the gear or something, and make something be sticking
Yeah.
out. Bam.
Yeah. Well, she came up bloody, which was kind of good for the finish because she comes back in, and it's supposed to be the distraction, and then Roxanne rolls her up, puts her hand on the ropes, and gets the 1, 2, 3. It looked good, but it wasn't supposed to happen. Blood.
Well, they used it for the promo, so they made the most of it.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. It just seemed kind of weird how it all came about. Plus, the pin that they had before that, where I think Roxanne had Alexa beat, and then Charlotte's going around the ring before they do the pin. So we're distracted, not caring about what's happening in the ring.
Yeah.
Before then, they jumped the gun a little bit there when they were trying to get everything set up. And then we have to look at Raquel waiting forever. That looked bad. Because, like, she has to look at her, then wait for her to turn around, then throw her off, then stand there. Like, there was some awkwardness there.
It wasn't great. And then we had Jade Cargill beating Chelsea Green.
Oof, more awkwardness.
Yeah.
That was a long match. It was much longer than I was expecting. Like, it was 2 segments, I think.
Like, what kind of SmackDown was this? If this is the level of SmackDown we're getting in 2 weeks here, I'm going to be pissed. Because this was awful. This was very bad.
I thought Raw was very good, except for some things. But I thought, in terms of the wrestling, Raw was much better than SmackDown this week.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. But yeah, SmackDown, I don't know what was going on this week. No, not so great, sadly.
I mean, look at the matches. Perez and Bliss, Cargill and Green, Jacob Fatu against The Miz.
Yeah, that's rough.
You know? And then the main event was the Wyatts against Andrade and Rey Fenix. Like, nobody is a killer wrestler in any of it. I mean, Andrade and
we
Phoenix
did get a new SummerSlam match, though. I'm sure you're happy about that.
The what?
We have a new SummerSlam match now because of that main event.
Yeah, we know what night 1 and night 2 are. We're going to get to that in a minute. Jacob Fatu beat The Miz, and then he got attacked by Tallest Tonga, JC Potato, Smallest Tonga, and Solo. But then Big Jim came out, and then Jacob kind of took them out. And yeah, but then they got attacked by Tallest, and Jacob went down. They're still doing that thing. And then the Wyatts and Andrade and Rey Fenix ended in a disqualification when Nikki Cross just interfered, and the match just ended, which sucked. Tag team title match just kind of over. And then it was just a big melee with Street Profits showing up and DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns and Frexiome and just a big brawl melee to end SmackDown with Nick Aldis announcing a 6 tag team ladder match for the SmackDown tag titles at SummerSlam. And that match will be on night, I'm guessing 2? Because night 1, they haven't announced what night it's on, but I'm guessing it'll be on night 2 because night 1 already has 6 matches. Night 2, only 5 so far. Night 1, WWE making this official, will be Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, WWE Women's title. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul in a tag match. Gunther defending the World Heavyweight title against CM Punk. Raquel and Roxanne defending the tag titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso teaming up, that one made official this week, to take on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a tag match. And Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross in a match that I can't believe is actually happening at SummerSlam, but there we go. That's night 1. Night 2 will be main evented by John Cena, Cody Rhodes for the WWE title in a street fight. Naomi defending the Women's World title against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in a triple threat. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria in a no DQ, no count-out last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental title. If Becky wins, Lyra cannot challenge for the Intercontinental title as long as Becky is champion, which is a stipulation they did not long ago, but they inversed it. Johnny, are you still there?
You can hear me. I think I'm just frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen again. You look weird. Come back. Disappear and come back.
You lost your lips.
Yeah, I lost a lot of things.
Yeah,
lost my good arms, too.
Come back. Solo Sikoa defending the WWE United States Championship in a steel cage against Jacob Fatu. And Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. And I'm guessing we'll also have the ladder match on this, although 6-pack TLC. It's a TLC. It's not just a ladder match.
Sure.
It's a 6-tag team TLC. You think they do the 6-tag team TLC on night 2 if you already have like a no DQ match with Becky and a steel cage match with Solo? Do you think and a street fight with Cena and Cody and a women's triple threat? Like, we don't even have a single match. The only match on this card, like SummerSlam night 2, the only match that's like traditional one-on-one regular rules would be Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles. Everything else is gimmick. Solo and Jacob, steel cage. Becky and Lyra, no DQ. Naomi, Rhea, Io, triple threat, so no DQ there. And then Cena and Cody, street fight.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Like,
table spots.
Yeah, so do you really add the tag team TLC to that, or do you put it on night one?
All the tag team matches will be on night one.
Yeah, but on night one, you don't have like a lot of gimmick matches. Yeah. You have Tiffany Jade in a regular match, which will be rough. You have Randy and Jelly versus Drew and Logan in just a tag team match.
Special attraction.
Gunther and Punk in just a match.
That's kind of weird.
Judgment Day against Charlotte and Alexa, just a match, tag match. Roman and Jay versus Braun and Bronson. It's like regular rules, tag match. And then Sammy and like night one has no gimmick matches. Night two is all gimmick matches. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they're trying to sell night two more, probably, because they probably haven't sold as much.
I guess.
More than likely.
That's crazy.
And it sucks if you bought like only night one and you have to watch night two, because really it feels like all the big main event matches are on night two, which makes night one, it's like it almost has to be Punk and Gunther, because in terms of main event matches, that's the only true main event match I could see on night one.
I agree.
Well, the way it looks like it might, is Tiffany and Jade maybe main eventing?
No way.
No,
there's no way.
That's not going to happen. Sorry.
No, I think Punk Gunther is the main event of night one, and it's not Roman and Jay versus Braun and Bronson.
I could start. That
Yeah.
could be the first match, yeah.
I don't think they main event, and nothing else on this one could main event. Night two obviously will be main evented by Cena versus Cody. But night two, you got big matches. You got
Night two seems long.
Naomi
Very
versus,
long.
I mean, the Naomi match against Rhea and Io I'm interested in. Everything else is kind of like...
That steel cage match looks like it's going to be
Yeah.
long and boring.
Honestly, I don't care about Jacob and Solo anymore. The steel cage, I don't care. Becky and Lyra, I'm kind of over all that. Dominic and AJ, I'm kind of interested in. I think it's kind of fun. Cena and Cody, I'm into. The women's triple threat, I'm into. So on night two, there's like a couple matches I want to see. Everything else is kind of... Night one, like Tiffany and Jade, I'm very interested in how that goes. Gunther and Punk, I want to see how that goes. Even the women's tag match, like Roxanne and Raquel against Charlotte and Alexa, like, are Charlotte and Bliss going to win the belts here? Like, I'm interested in that. Roman's match, you know? So I feel like night one, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm more interested in what's going on night one than night two. Like, there's more matches that have my interest. Like, 6 matches on night one. Out of the 6, I want to see 4. I don't want to see the Randy Jelly match or Sammy and Cross. But the other matches I want to see. And on night 2, there's like 2 matches I want to see out of the 5. Cena and Cody and the Naomi match.
I think we're going to get at least 4 to 5 hours each night, it sounds like.
6 matches each night, 4 or 5 hours? Seems crazy.
Have the commercials? Come on.
They might do 7 matches. They might add some matches. There's still time. There's another week. SummerSlam is next week.
You got lucky. They put one match on SmackDown. I believe Julia and Zelina Vega for SummerSlam will be on SmackDown next week.
Mm-hmm. And the plan is, John, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned, but we're going to do like a full SummerSlam recap on after night 2.
So on Sunday?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, good luck. That's going to be something.
Yeah, because I'm going to be out of town on the Saturday, and then I'm on vacation that following week, so I could stay up late on Sunday night. You know what I mean?
Sounds good. Just be prepared. Like it's not going to be all in long, but I think Sunday might be very long.
Yeah, but it won't be. I don't think it'll be 4 or 5 hours. I think that's nuts. I don't think it's going to be that long. I think it'll be maybe 3 or 4, which I can handle. 6 was nuts. Like anything over 4, I get really upset. Anything over 3, I'm annoyed. Anything over 4, I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Stop the wrestling now.
Stop the show.
Yeah.
This is the 38th anniversary of SummerSlam, so I wouldn't be surprised.
38.
Wow, 38th anniversary. That's a big one. Everybody knows. Big 3-8.
Yeah.
What?
Milestone year.
What are you saying?
It's the biggest SummerSlam ever. It's 2 nights, right? The first time
Every
SummerSlam's
SummerSlam's the biggest SummerSlam ever.
It's the biggest party of the summer. but now it's the biggest one ever because it's 2 nights.
Summerfest. It's coming.
Oh, the Summerfest.
Yeah, I don't believe you, John. Although I didn't believe you for All In, and you turned out to be right. So, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If it's like really long, like if it is over 4 hours, I'm not doing a post show because that's crazy.
Fair enough.
All right. That's the deal I'm making with myself because, like, come on. I got so many Hogans around here, John. It's crazy how many Hogan, like, things I have here in the studio that are just always here. If you watch the show regularly, you know how much Hogan stuff. Like, there's this guy over here. There's one Hogan. I mean, there's just a stack of Hogans.
Is it the 3 Hogans here?
Bring me the 3 Hogan.
And also, you have
Look at this. Army Hogan. This is what, WrestleMania 7 Hogan?
Makes sense.
Funko Pops of Hogan the night he turned, because he's in the red and yellow with the Outsiders.
Yeah.
So this is Bash at the Beach Hogan, 96.
Look at this Hogan with the helmet. Helmet Hogan.
Cool.
What's this from? When was he with the helmet? It's cool gimmick with the helmet.
Yeah, he's like a Roman soldier, kind of, with the...
So many Hogan. Look at it here. WrestleMania Vegas Hogan. Look at that Hogan.
I mean, it seems like WrestleMania 30 almost Hogan.
Yeah,
too,
no, I think you're right. This is the WrestleMania 30 Hogan.
The Silverdome, brother.
Yeah, but see, like, there's different eras of Hogan.
3 Hogans.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Like, old school Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, and then the, like, comeback Hogan. A Hulk Hogan 3-pack that I have over here. I love this one. So cool. Look at this one. Hulk Hogan Ichiban over here. Look at this. Japan Hogan.
Oh, Japan Hogan. You ever seen that clip of Hogan working in Japan and, like, he has, like, some interesting moves?
Yeah.
I was like...
It's funny you're saying that because, like, I had it on tape somewhere. I think it was Hulkamania 6. Hogan, I think, against Stan Hansen.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I think it's at the Tokyo Dome. That might be the best Hogan match I've ever seen. Like, in terms of a wrestling match. Like, there's better hype matches, but in terms of wrestling, I was like, wow. Like, I wish more Hogan matches were like that. I might be a bigger fan of him. That was a great match, him and Stan Hansen. That was a fight, that match.
Yeah.
This massive Hogan I got over here.
Yeah, Hogan, like...
Giant Hogan Funko. I've been collecting Hogan stuff for a while now. I'm a massive Hogan fan. I will miss him greatly.
What was your last Hogan
You
toy?
got Mr. America here.
What you say, John?
What was your last Hogan toy? And yes, Angelo, he did wrestle in Japan.
What's the most recent Hogan I got? I don't know.
I know you'll get more. It's not the last one ever. I'm sure there's going to be others that come.
Might have been these.
Those are new.
Was that like WrestleMania 9 or?
No. This is like
AWA.
Yeah, almost AWA. This is like early WWF. This might even be WWF Hogan.
When he's managed by, like, Freddie Blassie.
You know, this is like... I got some cool ones back here. Hang on.
Oh, he's got a wall back there. People that aren't seeing this on YouTube right now.
Hogan's back here.
There's so many
He's
Hogans.
taking the wall
Oh,
down,
you have, like,
pretty
Thunder
much.
in Paradise Hogan, don't you?
Yeah, probably.
Or is that Brother Brutai?
It'd be funny if he had like Mr. Nanny Hogan.
Stacks of Hogans, brother. Look at this. Mr. America Hogan.
That's right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not
That's
surprised
good
you
right
got that.
there.
I think I've
So
seen
many
that before.
eras. Like, this is what's crazy about him, is that there's so many different action figures because there's so many different looks and eras. This is like early NWO.
Oh yeah, well, original NWO, yeah, where it was just like they wrote NWO on it. It wasn't actually official symbol yet.
And then here's more developed NWO. Full Hollywood.
That was a cool thing that they did actually. Like they didn't sell NWO T-shirts right away, like at the venue. It was outside the venue where they had it set up. So it was kind of like, oh, they were the outsider.
It's not
kind of thing.
WCW like official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really neat. They did a lot of cool things. Like
Yeah, that was
when
a
it
cool
started,
concept.
Yeah,
With the NWO sold out pay per view and stuff, and it was an interesting
those
idea.
first 2 years of the NWO, like it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Looking back on that.
It's just once they start
Remember-
accepting everybody and there's just guys outside the ring and just,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah. I mean, that
Jeff
hurt.
Jarrett's
whole,
part of the NWO at some point.
Yeah, it got overblown.
that's the silver. That's the that's way past
The
its
red and
prime.
black and the LWO and the.
We got a poster for WrestleMania. You want to tell me Hulk Hogan's a racist, brother? Come on. Him and Mr. T, they're best friends.
Mr. G, he loves his mother.
No, he's
Well, remember
for sure
when he came out
racist.
with Titus? They liked Titus more than Hogan back then.
I think Hogan was for sure racist. Yeah,
Yeah.
it happens. Like Hulk Hogan said, everybody's racist to a point, brother.
I thought he said I'm a racist to a point.
I don't know. I thought he said
Hulk Hogan.
I thought he said
not me.
everybody's racist to a point, which I thought was really a poignant statement.
And then I think he said
Some terrible things
yeah,
after
right afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
But everybody's
Yeah.
got, everybody's got thoughts in their head about one thing or another. Brother.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
No, complicated. People are complex, and we salute you, Hulk Hogan. We love you.
He is Hulkster in heaven.
Hulkamania will live forever. Hulkster in heaven. Angela wanted to know when Hogan wrestled in Japan. It was like in the
It was
70s and 80s, right?
and
Like,
a bit
the
in the
match
a
I
90s.
few
was referring
times
to-
here and there.
The match I was referring to was in 1990.
Right.
There's a match when he's like, I think it's like near the end of his WWF career, but he has the belts, and he does like a press conference. He goes, "The WWF belt. This is a toy.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Great Muta's belts. I want the IWGP Championship, brother."
Yeah, the New Japan belt is what he was going for.
And he was like throwing like the belt like the WWF belt because I think he was like near the end of like
Yeah,
his time with
Yeah.
the company.
in June 1983, he won the first IWGP Grand Prix tournament, which was basically like the original G1 thing, and he was the first holder of the IWGP Heavyweight title, beating Antonio Inoki
There you go.
in a 10-man tournament.
More history.
He's basically the first New Japan champion, too.
That's right, brother.
You know?
Yeah, if Hogan said that in an interview in like 2017, I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, Hogan." But
Yeah, but he actually was.
He beat Inoki.
He
I beat Inoki, brother.
He did. Which is like part of the embellishments with Hogan is that I think he had done so many things that he couldn't even keep the facts straight. Because when you live this life where you're constantly doing big things and meeting everybody and on the move, and I think you get jumbled. I think maybe some of it was him just straight lying to make himself bigger, self-aggrandizing stuff. But
He did a lot of big,
he did a lot. Well, he did a lot of grand things.
Things,
That's
yeah.
it. Like, he didn't really need to embellish. He was that guy.
Yeah.
But he embellished.
But he did
Oh,
do
yeah.
it to kind of poke people, like the Macho Man saying that he played baseball.
Yeah.
Like that was the poke Macho Man, pretty much.
Yeah, Hogan was like, yeah, I was drafted by the whatever. I played minor league baseball or something, which wasn't true at all.
Well, I think it was the team that Macho Man was like playing for, right?
The
The minor
Cardinals.
team, right?
I think he
Was it
played
the
for
Cardinals? Yeah, I think he
Macho?
said that he played for
Or
them or
there's just-
something. Like
That's fantastic.
Terrelled.
Yeah, Hogan definitely did a lot. Wrestled everybody. Made a ton of money for a lot of people, including himself.
Yeah.
I've said my favorite match. What is your favorite match for Hogan? You guys?
One Hogan match?
I said it was him and Stan Hansen. I thought that was my favorite wrestling match that he had. Hyped match, I think it would be him and Sting because that was hyped for a year.
The Starcade.
Yeah, it wasn't the best wrestling match. I won't
That's
deny
the one
that,
with the
but
with the Nick Patrick.
again,
slow
not the
count
best
or
booked,
Yeah.
but the hype was there. The hype was amazing. I thought.
Yeah, they were building that for a long time.
This is like,
I think I know mine, but it's a bit like a biased one.
I'm going to give you one. You might be a little surprised, but I think, because it wasn't a great match, but I think it's his match against the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6.
Yeah, I get that. I
Because
understand.
just how it felt at the time
Yeah,
and what it meant for me as a kid watching wrestling, as like a young kid watching wrestling.
100%.
you couldn't believe, because you were seeing the Warrior climb, and you're like, this guy is unbelievable. And then he was going up against Hulk Hogan, who was already established as the guy who's, it was the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. And that's how they build it. And that's what it felt like. And in the end, Hogan lost clean in a packed Skydome in Toronto. He was in Canada, too.
It's what inspired Adam Copeland to want to be a wrestler.
Right.
It has historical, butterfly wings,
We have Edge because of that.
And, because of that match, we have Edge.
It was just...
And I guess Christian, too.
It was just such a big match. And all the feuds that Hogan had over the years, there was something different about him and Warrior. And even when Warrior came back to WCW, it obviously turned out poorly because Warrior. But I remember, because Warrior had beat Hogan at WrestleMania 6, and Hogan was on top in WCW and evil and in the NWO, that you were hearing rumors that the Ultimate Warrior was going to come back to wrestling and be in WCW, and you knew that it was going to be on with Hogan. And I remember how big of a deal that was.
Yeah.
To see Warrior and Hogan face to face again under these new circumstances. It was just oh my God. There was something about Hogan versus the Warrior that felt different to me than Hogan versus Macho Man, or Hogan versus Sting, or Hogan versus, I don't know, Andre, To me, the best feud that Hogan ever had was against the Ultimate Warrior, because it was P. Hogan against this other character who came in and was just whoa, who is this guy? He could take over Hulkamania.
Yeah, he could out Hogan
the
maybe.
Power of the Warrior. And then Hogan did lose, and you thought, is it over? But it wasn't. It was actually the peak for Warrior.
Yeah.
And he was going to go down, and Hogan was just going to stay there. Top level.
Yeah.
Warrior peaked just above Hogan for a moment, and then crashed down. But Hogan, he was right up there, still at the top of the mountain. Still main eventing. Main evented the next year. He's... The next year, WrestleMania, he's back in the main event. So...
Save the world.
Yeah. So, to me, for me, I know technically not a great match. It's Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. We know what we're getting.
It's Warrior's best match, I think.
Oh, yeah. For sure. And, what Hogan was able to do with him, I think, is a testament to how great Hogan really was. He was able to make magic with the Warrior. And if you look back, it all makes sense. It all feels right. It's just a little, the pace is what it is.
Not a test of strength, but
that's
what they did.
But you believed it because look at them.
Yeah.
Of course you want to test the strength. Look how strong they are. So that, for me, is my favorite Hulk Hogan match. WrestleMania 6 against the Warrior, where he loses in the end.
Yeah, it's a solid one. Definitely. I remember at the time, too. That's a big thing, too. I don't think a lot of people understand. Because a lot of people didn't grow up with Hogan. We did grow up with Hogan. So those matches are huge. I mean, for me, Hogan and Savage, that was the first true great story, to my opinion. The Mega Powers coming together, then exploding. That was huge. That was gigantic. To me, nothing was bigger than that until we got to the 90s.
When Miss Elizabeth goes down and Hogan picks her up, Randy doesn't know, picks her up to go get her medical attention. Randy's like, "You had lust in your eyes, Hulk Hogan."
Oh, the pukesters.
That was nuts. That was great. That played out perfectly.
It's ingrained in me, the whole, when Savage points at him. I don't know why. I had nightmares about that. Just pointing at him and then, bam, attacks him afterwards.
Favorite Hogan match?
Hogan Rock.
Yeah.
That's also like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
One of my
100%.
favorite reactions ever. Like sometimes I'll just load it up on YouTube. It's when Hogan kicks out from the rock bottom and starts hulking up, and you could hear in the audience, like section by section, the audience like realize like, oh shit, like he's about to do Hulkamania.
Yeah.
Like he did it a couple times in late period WCW where you like put the red and yellow back on and like did the stuff, and that never felt that authentic. But that him doing it to the Rock, and the Rock like looking surprised, and Hogan's like at first he's like no, and then he starts, and you could hear the crowd like through the Sky Dome, just getting louder and louder, and like it's just like pure like they're just screaming like ah, like they're just like Hogan,
and the ability to be in that moment and the facial expressions and to convey that
100%
is unbelievable. Like people don't give him enough credit for what he was able to do to rile up the crowd, to be like, and you could see all the emotions going through his face. It was masterful.
Yeah.
So good.
It's that one, although the next night, like, it's just kind of crazy I got to see this match. Hogan and The Rock teaming for maybe the only time ever against the Outsiders.
Yeah.
I got to see that. It was like a TV match, and, Hogan and Rock won, but, like,
it happened.
It happened. And
you got to witness.
I got to see that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty damn crazy. Like, I'm going to be an old man, and I'm going to be there saying, like, I saw Hulk Hogan and The Rock team up. And people are like, sure, old man. Against the Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
I've told my children about the Hogan Night After Mania Raw. Like, I was there, and I saw Hogan, and people went nuts because Hogan was the best.
Yeah. So
my children know who Hogan is.
It's like that 48-hour period is like Hogan's best match.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Vince could have done it with anybody else. People argue, he could have done it with him or Dusty Rhodes or whatever. It wouldn't have been the same.
It would not have been the same.
Hogan was the catalyst. Hogan couldn't have done it without Vince, but Vince could not have done it without Hogan.
Because Hogan had so much charisma. Like look at him. Like, he was the big hero, but he was like a bald guy with like the cone. Like, like it wasn't necessarily like he didn't look like Superman necessarily. He didn't have like the clean hair or something.
He had a unique look.
Yeah. Like, it was like, he also kind of looked like a bit of like an old guy at the same time, but it was just like, no, I love this guy.
Yeah.
It was just, him coming out and the pointing and the looking and the bulging eyes from, whatever help he got to get his eyes all bulgy.
Yeah. And he took a lot from a lot of people, Superstar Billy Graham and all sorts of stuff, and that's true, but every wrestler takes from somebody else, and it's what you take and what order you put it in and how you do it. And Hogan, he got that magic formula. Like, he figured it out. He figured out how to be the biggest wrestling star ever.
Yeah. Just anytime he said, let me tell you something, Mean Gene, or something mean, like, I just got hyped. Like, I got hyped for watching, like, oh, Mean Gene's here, and the camera pans out, oh, it is Hogan, like, we're going to get something good.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. It's so good.
So good. One of the best.
Great opponents, too, like legendary feuds with so many guys. Andre, Macho, Warrior, Sting.
A bit of flair.
Who am I missing?
Rock.
You said Piper, right?
Piper.
Yeah.
Piper was great because, it started at WrestleMania 1, and then they had really good stuff going in WCW, too. Those promos were great. Their interactions in WCW, that icon versus icon stuff, was very good. He was one of a kind. Hulk Hogan. There will never be another. People like to talk about like a Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling, like the 4 greatest ever, Hogan has to be on that.
Yeah.
For me, it would be Hogan, Austin, and then a couple other guys. Probably Hogan, Austin, Rock. scene.
Of like guys who like made mainstream, kind of
Or like, you know,
the crossover.
kept the business going, were massive stars. But like, it's like, I don't think you should do a 4 because Rock and Cena and Roman and all these guys, they're cool. But like I think there's a class above everybody, and there's 2 men in it, and it's Hulk Hogan and Steve Austin. I think there are only 2 guys in the history of pro wrestling that you could say are like supremely important to pushing everything forward and making it bigger, and it's Hogan and Austin. All those other guys were cool, but like Rock benefited from the wave that Austin was creating.
Well, I completely agree with you with that. But some people would say Billy Graham deserves a spot too, or Bruno Sammartino deserves a spot as well.
I'd say Bruno probably. Billy Graham wasn't as impactful in the wrestling business. He had a run, but it wasn't long.
Well, I think it's more of like what he brought to wrestling.
Maybe than Flair.
Yeah, but I mean, then you're talking about Flair. I mean, Flair's influence is massive.
Yeah, Flair's
I'd say
up there
Flair
too.
would be more influential than Superstar in many ways.
But Flair even said it himself. He put Hogan above himself.
Yeah,
'Cause,
he gets it.
yeah, he gets it. Yeah, Hogan drew more
Drew
money.
money.
The biggest draw ever in wrestling was Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
It's been proven.
Yeah. How's Eric Bischoff's wrestling league gonna go now? What's he gonna do?
Yeah, what's all that about?
I think he tweeted out that the show still goes on.
Okay.
Probably in Hulk's memory, but it's still going to happen. They got Kurt Angle now too commentating, so that should be interesting with him and Chael Sonnen.
That's nice. That's a fun.
The
crew.
Chael.
Chael and Kurt Angle. That's fun. I'd watch just for that, honestly. So I wish him well. Must be tough for old EB losing the Hulkster, who was no doubt a good friend throughout many years. I mean, they obviously were good friends, right? I mean, him and Bischoff did big business together in WCW and continued to do business together in TNA, and now they're wrestling venture. Like, they were always doing stuff together. So it's got to be rough for old EB, Eric Bischoff.
It's funny, you look back like, oh, it's sad. Like, the last thing I remember of Hogan is they got booed on Raw. To me, the last great thing he did was him and Bischoff did that NWO spoof to promote this real American freestyle wrestling.
Yeah.
Like that, I thought that was great, actually. I know you weren't big on it, but I'm like, I'm interested now because of that.
You know, it just dawned on me that like Hogan's last appearances for both WCW and WWE were both like not shining moments in his career, like Bash at the Beach 2000 with Vince Russo.
Yeah.
And the promos, and like Vince Russo, you're like, yeah, you'll never see that piece of shit on TV again.
Yeah.
And he never did show up on WCW again.
Hogan's exits from companies are not always great.
I don't know how TNA ended, probably just quietly.
Yeah, I don't know how his run in TNA ended.
I think
exactly.
it ended with
the
Dixie
aces
like
and
trying
eights and all that.
leading him not to leave, and then he just left,
Okay.
like groveling like on his feet, like no, don't stay, like trying to hang on to him, and then Hogan just walked off.
Not bad, I guess.
Yeah,
Considering.
it was
Yeah,
okay.
it just hit me that, yeah.
Ah, man. Well, we could go on forever about Hulk Hogan and the impact and the moments and the character. The fact that we've gone on this long, I think, is a testament to who he was and what he meant. A lot of deaths in pro wrestling. And, you know, we cover most of them, if not all, but Hogan is like, you know, it's different because he was
Big towering figure.
bigger than everybody.
A giant.
I don't know professional wrestling without Hulk Hogan existing somewhere in it. It's never been like that for me. And for many others, it's the same way. Many, many people, millions around the world, became wrestling fans because of Hulk Hogan, myself included. Like, I remember watching TV on my parents' bed, pushing buttons on his giant remote control, and seeing this giant dude with crazy muscles, thinking like, is this a human?
He's like throwing people around.
I just couldn't understand what he was. I was like, what is this? Is this a man? Is this a cartoon?
What is this TV show?
But they seemed like real people. I'm like 4 years old. I'm trying to compute, like, what the hell is this? You know, I've never seen a person this big. I've never seen this before. And I was like, I must watch more of this. I need to see how. And he was beating people up and like saying crazy. He was like, brother, you know, doing the whole Hogan thing. I was like, okay, you could rip your shirt off. They rip off. How do you do that? You know, it was just unbelievable. I couldn't, you know, as a 4-year-old boy, I was like, this is crazy. I love it. And I've been hooked on wrestling, you know, ever since. And I know I'm not the only one. You know?
No.
I'm not the only one.
No, I'm sure there's many a story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one thing we haven't touched on is the fact that Hogan was able to expand his reach. And that's what really, I think, got wrestling into a whole other world, like from regional to national, was because Hogan was able to pull that off.
Yeah.
From Rocky 3. And then people are going to say, like, all these other movies they did weren't so great. But No Holds Barred, like, when I'm a kid, like, I was dying to see that movie.
Mm. And he was, like, you know, people say, oh, his movies, whatever, and obviously Cena and Batista and The Rock have kind of surpassed him in the Hollywood thing, but he opened the doors.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, he was the first wrestler in movies.
I mean, technically Piper in They Live.
Yeah, but Hogan
wasn't the
no.
It
same.
never got that, yeah.
Hogan, you know, he was in big movies. He starred in a couple movies that were like Hulk Hogan vehicles, you know,
Yeah.
Mr. Nanny, Suburban Commando. Like
Santa
they
with
tried,
muscles.
like they tried to make it work.
Yeah. Make him Arnold. They
and
tried to make him Arnold.
Yeah, and at the time, whatever but Thunder in Paradise, they gave him a TV show. Like, no other wrestler was coming close to getting any of that.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Steve Austin and his attempt at acting and stuff. Like, Austin's a big, but you know, DVD movies.
They tried
and stuff.
to make me watch the
Condemned, right? You know, like it didn't work for people. The wrestlers were not movie stars back then. The Rock, Hogan opened the door, and The Rock opened it even further. And now we have Cena and Batista, and you know,
Cody Rhodes is going to be in Naked Gun.
Cody
See how that
Rhodes,
goes. Becky Lynch,
Mercedes Moné, and all these people that are in all these things because of Hogan, and then because of The Rock as well, because The Rock blew it up to a whole other level where people are like, oh, these guys are actually good, and maybe let's do, you know. But Hogan started all that, opened so many doors for so many wrestlers, and a lot of them don't even appreciate it, you know. So he is a guy that'll be forever important to pro wrestling. Forever. Then, now, forever. Big Terry.
the Immortal.
It goes with the new T-shirt that they have now, right?
They have a new
They made a
t-shirt.
new shirt.
Like already?
Yeah. It's Hulk rules forever now. Like, I don't know if you guys saw that. Like,
No.
Some people were wearing Hulkamania shirts. I figured they were selling them at the gift shop.
Oh my God! They
Oh,
got
yeah.
so much new Hogan merch
For
now.
life.
Hulkamania for life. Hulk rules forever. There's a bunch of Hogan shirts up.
I thought about that at the Bell Center when they had that Hulk Still Rules shirt, like the red one. I was like, maybe I'll get that one, but I'm like, nah, I'm okay with my Brett stuff.
Oh, I think I have a
You
Hulk.
got a bandana.
I have like a yellow Hulk Still Rules T-shirt. I
I
think
think I got a bandana,
somewhere.
no?
I'm pretty sure I have one of those.
Yeah, the red one I thought was the best one.
Oh man, you shouldn't have told me. Now I'm looking at Hogan shirts.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
I
this
knew
is
you were gonna get
nice,
these
It's
anyway.
brother.
like old school.
But
I
Delaney
like it. I
inevitable.
think I'm gonna buy new Hogan shirts now, John. Look what you got me doing. I'm gonna buy all this Hogan merch. I mean, why are you telling me about Hogan merch? Of course I'm gonna buy it.
You're gonna find out one way or another. It's okay you find out on the Hogan tribute show, so it's fine. It goes with it.
So much cool Hogan stuff here. Oh, brother.
There'll be more, I'm sure, as it goes on. I wouldn't be surprised. They said Hogan's a 2-time Hall of Famer. He's going to be a 3-time Hall of Famer. Because they put in like WrestleMania moments now. Him and Andre,
yeah.
that's number 2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, WrestleMania moments in the Hall of Fame, you could give Hogan 10 more.
Yeah, that's another good point. That's true.
Which one do you... I mean, you give him WrestleMania 1 because it's the first and he's main eventing. You give him 3 because of Andre. You give him the Mega Powers 1. You give him Warrior.
18 with The Rock.
You give him The Rock. You give him WrestleMania 9 when he beats Yoko. You give him...
Aid had
21
the best entrance. Like, I don't know if you guys remember Aid against Sid. Like, when he came out with the entrance there with the hands on the hip, they still use that in the video game, that entrance.
Yeah.
That's big, 8. Because they thought that was the retirement match.
8.
Or they played it as the retirement match.
Or,
so many moments.
21 when he came out and beat up Muhammad Hassan and then posed with like the big American flag behind him. You know,
didn't he beat up Khali once too on a WrestleMania?
I think so.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
The Silver Dome brothers. I mean, that's not necessarily something you put in the Hall of Fame.
But there's just so many.
No, they should put botches in the Hall of Fame.
WrestleMania moments for Hogan in the Hall of Fame. Like, you could do several.
Yeah.
Several. The real Mr. WrestleMania. You know?
You call Mr. SummerSlam too? I don't know if he ever lost at SummerSlam.
No. I mean, he never really lost, period. Wasn't feeling it, brother. Angelo saying AEW not acknowledging Hogan. He says it's sad AEW didn't even acknowledge his passing. Yeah, AEW, Tony Khan, nobody acknowledging Hogan. And because of that,
it's not
John...
true, actually.
What?
Tony Schiavone acknowledged it.
Okay.
Dustin Rhodes acknowledged it. Edge acknowledged it. That's all AEW guys.
But not Tony Khan or AEW, the company.
Well, remember they said Hogan was banned from AEW. They don't like Hogan.
Yeah, but, you know, the company wouldn't exist without the impact that Hogan made on the business. Like, TV wrestling, nothing is here without Hogan. You tell me Tony Khan wasn't a Hulkamaniac at one time?
Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But I have no problem if people don't like Hogan. You don't like Hogan, just don't talk about it right now. It's not the time to do it. So that's it.
Yeah,
it's fine. Just
I don't know. I think as a wrestling company, you got to say something.
Yeah, I wish they would, but I think AEW, they just feel that Hogan was not on their happy list or their list that they wanted to be with. Remember, like they said, his wife was banned too as well. So.
Well, because of that, John, I am not acknowledging AEW on tonight's program. We'll talk about AEW next week. But there's no AEW recap, no talk of AEW tonight because they didn't want to acknowledge Big Terry, so they're not getting anything from me.
And it's just weird because it's just like, weren't they like in partnership with Ric Flair?
Yeah.
Like after all the Dark Side of the Ring and even like other stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like they don't have, and like Dustin Rhodes, he's said a lot of controversial, problematic things, and they just had a big coronation of him being a champion in Texas and all that.
You know, tell me Tony Khan isn't problematic in some way? Come on.
I'm not going to disagree with you guys, but for some reason they have like a vendetta against Hogan. And they decided that's where they're going to draw that line. Is that no Hogan acknowledgement?
It just feels petty.
I didn't see Brett. I didn't see Jesse Ventura say anything about Hogan, I wouldn't expect to ever see that.
No, but I didn't see those guys, say anything negative about Hogan either. They just said nothing, which makes sense for Brett and
Jesse
Ventura. But I did see some people, saying negative things, Did
Becky say anything?
Did
Becky say anything?
I don't think so.
Seth, no.
Charlotte did.
Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, because with Rick, because they're friends and all that that. So
yeah. Sheamus did. A few people did.
Shane McMahon, Vince McMahon,
Shane, Vince, yeah. Triple H, Shawn. A few WWE people did.
I saw Chelsea put something up, but then took it down.
People giving her, I don't know why. But yeah, a lot of people online are like saying, oh, this guy, he was this and that. And it's like, all right. I just think you could believe that, but you don't have to say these things about the guy on the day he dies. You know, like maybe keep it to yourself. Like, I get it. You don't like Hogan for valid reasons, but maybe when he dies, like, don't use that as an opportunity to score points with people for, like, somehow, you know? Like, this is what, you're posting, like, well, Hogan was a racist, so it's good that he's dead. And it's like, well, if you say that, I mean, A, you look really classless. And B, who are you scoring points with? Like, who is out there going, right on, good job for saying that? I think more people are going like, ugh, why would you do that now than people going, wow, that's, you know, you're not scoring points. I think it's negative points when you do stuff like that. Like, you lose more people than you gain when you're publicly dancing on someone's grave. Like, no matter how evil they are, I think, you know, when they die, you go, all right, fair enough, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Like, in a couple weeks, I might say, like, oh, that guy, it's good he's not around anymore. What a dick, you know? Yeah. But maybe on the day, you know, like, give it a little time. You don't have to be like, he said racist things in a secret recording 15 years ago, so he's a piece of shit forever. He's done nothing good for anyone ever. It's like, well, that's kind of an unfair portrayal of a man. But that's how some people, you know, conduct themselves in public. And some people I know, like some people I actually know, said some of this stuff. And I go, whoa, well, I think less of you now because, like, come on. He's got children. He's dead now. You got to do that. You got to do this now. And it's in poor taste.
You kind of said it right there. It just shows you what kind of person they are. Trash someone when they die. That's pretty horrible. Like, I'm not going to say I get along with everyone in the world, but people I don't get along with, they pass away. I'm not going to like trash them when they die.
Yeah,
like it's not right.
Yeah, like I think Dick Cheney is a pretty reprehensible human being.
Yeah,
and I would say some pretty bad things about Dick Cheney now. How he's probably the embodiment of human evil. And how he's a war criminal, and he should die in prison for the things that he's done and been responsible for.
Comfort,
yeah,
for the atrocities committed.
Shot a guy in the face, got away with it.
Millions in Iraq dead.
Look up Dick Cheney if you don't know. Real piece of shit. However, he's alive now, and I'm going to say it. When he dies, which is hopefully very soon, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's good that he's dead because he's a piece of shit.
I won't post about it.
I'm not going to post it.
I might say it.
I might
text you death to Cheney.
Yeah, be like, oh, Cheney's dead. Isn't that good? But we're going to do this privately. Yeah. We're not going to go online and send out a public message like,
rest in piss.
I hope, yeah. It's like, come on. A little.
Like, yeah, I don't have to post it.
A little class, a little respect. Like, come on. You may be privately celebrating someone's death, and that is fine.
You're
honestly.
allowed.
I think it's fine to celebrate someone's death. There are many people that are alive right now that I wish death upon, and when they die, I will celebrate big time. However...
Yikes. Okay. Jeez.
I'm joking. That's a joke, obviously, John. But, you know, Dick Cheney and others, possibly, yes. I, think it's like, why is he still alive? What a dick. You know, the worst people
Henry Kissinger lived a crazy long time.
Well, this is the thing. Like, the good die young and the evil die old and rich for some reason. I don't wish death on Dick Cheney. But if he died, it wouldn't be I wouldn't be sad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sad. But I wouldn't publicly say, it's unnecessary. I'm just giving Cheney as an example. There are a couple other guys.
Yeah, but Cheney's a good example. But, Hogan isn't Cheney.
I don't know how
Hulk Hogan isn't, to me, Hulk Hogan is like a Walt Disney figure, kind of. You know? People who knew him didn't really like him.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't easy to get along with, a bit shrewd.
Yeah.
A bit undercutting.
Yeah.
But, for the legacy, man.
Probably a big racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much Walt Disney of wrestling in a way. But Vince.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
Of just like, yeah, but like I can't to not deny
all the cool shit he did.
Yeah, and like the legacy and like how everything's still. It's like
and the
world he built,
the positive impact of the world that he created.
Yeah.
Yes. And Hogan has that positive impact.
Yeah. So for AEW to not even say like, we recognize the passing of Hulk Hogan, while maybe we had personally our company's philosophy different from how he felt, we cannot deny the seismic impact upon our industry. We wouldn't be here without his contributions.
Our thoughts are with his friends and family at this time.
Is it that hard to do? Do you feel like you get that big of a PR hit?
Cody was perfect tonight.
Yeah.
Cody was like, he started off like complicated legacy. We know like the deal, but obviously huge impact on the business, and none of us would really be here without him. And I think that's, if you're a wrestling company, especially, a big wrestling company, I think that's a classy statement to make at this time. And AEW not doing that, people noticed, and it's kind of like, really? You're still on that? It's like, okay. He's dead now. He can't be racist anymore.
Yeah.
He's dead. He's not endorsing anybody for president. He's not doing anything. He's dead. So, I don't know. Wish him well.
Because you'll die too, Tony Khan. Hopefully in a long time, but...
He's on my list of it.
No, but just, the scythe is remorseless.
Yeah. Angela says we wouldn't have the show. Yeah, of course not. I wouldn't I wouldn't have been a wrestling fan if I had not seen Hogan.
That's true.
So, yeah, none of this would exist without Hogan.
I don't know. It doesn't feel that hard to do for a company to make like a easy public statement. Like, where is the...
It's super easy to do. You type it up quick, you send it out, and it's done.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're going to get backlash for doing it. I don't think people will be like, I can't believe AEW wished him a good death or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, come on. And if you do, well, fuck you then. You know what I mean? Like, if you're pissed or if you're one of the ones saying shit now about him, it's like, oh, fuck. And
it goes back to the Chelsea Green thing.
Yeah. Well, she had to, like, apologize and be like, I was just talking about the legacy. Like, I don't endorse anything. And
then she had to delete it, apparently.
Yeah, well.
That was her choice, I guess.
I don't know. But the arena full of people, cheering his name, chanting his name, cheering for him tonight. And I go, it would have been nice if you did this for the guy when he was alive that one last time, Would have been nice.
Well, it would have been nice he would have made that Saturday night's main event, but maybe don't book Ventura and Hogan in the same spot. That
would have been great.
Probably bad booking.
I would have loved it.
Oh my god.
I would have loved to have seen Jesse and Hogan face to face one last time. Missed opportunity.
Probably for the best, I think. I don't think anyone needed to see that.
I was always down for more Hogan. Just like I'm always down for more Stone Cold, more Rock, more Brett, more Flair. If this teaches us anything, it's like, bring these legends out a little bit more. Because, we want to see them, and nobody's here forever. Like, I haven't seen Brett on TV in months, years. When's the last time he was in WWE just showing up to say hi? SmackDown's in Montreal in a couple weeks. Are they sold out? Because if they're not, I know a way you can sell out.
Yeah.
Advertise Brett. I mean, they're advertising Cena, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh my! We got like a Cena Brett promo.
Give me that.
Yeah, but remember the last time they used like legends? They don't use legends very well anymore. Actually, like Hogan was fine; they give him a spot, but most legends, they kind of just like talk bad to in the back, and that's about it. That's all they give them usually, or They're just like, oh, by the way, they're in the front row, wave.
Yeah.
And that's all
Yeah.
you get to see of them now.
I know. Well, Brett was with... I liked how they used Brett last time. He was like in the ring with Gunther. Didn't Gunther say Goldberg was his favorite wrestler?
That's
like
right.
that was actually good.
And Sami Zayn came in to defend Brett.
Yeah,
part of the feud.
That was not bad.
Was it not? He wasn't Brett in the crowd though. One time, wasn't that the last time we saw Brett?
I don't know. Maybe, but the last time they like used Brett was not that long ago, and it was pretty good. I don't think it was more than a year ago, was it? Might have been a little bit.
It was right after the hockey player Johnny Gaudreau passed away. I think because Sami Zayn came. It was in Calgary, and I think Sami Zayn came out in
Calgary.
Jersey.
Okay,
So
I don't know when that was.
it was at
Like
the
a year
At least
ago-ish?
a year.
yeah.
I
It was
think.
like at the
At least
start,
a
right
year.
before the hockey season that just ended. So yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it'd be great to see Brett again. It'd be great to see Austin again.
Yeah.
Drunk, crashing into people. Nick Khan won't have that.
No.
I think Nick Khan's banned Stone Cold from coming
Maybe
back.
he's the reason why legends only get so much. Nick Khan's like, I'm tired of all these legends.
We don't know what they're going to say on a live microphone. Just stick them in the crowd, show them on camera, and move along. They don't
Well,
listen
that
to the
might be a
writers.
problem, right? Though, because a lot of them don't have that idea of like you got to use a script. We'll just say what we feel, kind of thing, and that goes against the WWE philosophy now, right? Of everything's controlled.
Super controlled.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I can understand why they don't want to use legends that much because they don't go with the program anymore.
Mm-hmm. Hogan went with the program that they gave him, and they booed him out of the building. So maybe don't go with what they give you because Hogan didn't flip on them at all. He just kind of kept plugging along, doing the thing he was supposed to do. Even though he could tell, like, wasn't going well.
Yeah. Tripping up a bit.
Well, remember the last thing? Like, he's just talking about his beer. Like, it wasn't exactly the most
It was a
exciting
commercial.
thing that he was talking about.
Yeah. He had to kind of keep going because it was a beer commercial, basically. Ah, brother. Let me tell you something. Thank you to all the members I'm seeing checking in here tonight. Members over at join.ringsidereport.net. Angelo Contagonis. Kyle Salisbury. He says, as a kid, the Super Machines was my favorite Hogan thing. He was never my thing, and the last few years was not great for him as a person reputation, but he was Hogan, no denying him. Fair.
Yeah.
Angelo, Kyle, Antoinette. Hey, Antoinette. Over at join.ringsidereport.net and membership.ringsidereport.net is how you support this show and this channel. We appreciate you checking in. I know Johnny had promised you a Happy Gilmore review, but because of the Hogan news, we kind of ran out of time, and we will give you the Happy Gilmore 2 review next week when I finish watching it, because I actually started it today, but then I got distracted. I say I didn't have enough time, but honestly, I was just playing Donkey Kong. Sorry.
Oh,
Long game, it sounds like.
Oh, God. It's so good. It's fantastic.
And then what we saw today, when
Donkey
I got there,
Kong
like, was
Bonanza
like, oh, man,
was so good.
that like plot twist, we don't want to spoil because I think it's like a bit of a spoiler.
Oh, yeah. I kind of got to almost the end of the game, and something happened.
It was like, oh, I like threw my hands up. Yeah. I didn't know. I was like, what?
Does it explain this whole thing that Nintendo's saying that Mario and Peach are just good friends? Does it explain that?
No, they're not in this game.
Oh, that's too bad.
But Pauline
Pauline is in the game.
Yeah, but it's like young Pauline, isn't it? It's like a prequel,
It's like
isn't it,
baby
or something?
Well, oh, banana.
Yeah, this sounds like a kid's game, but it's
If
all
you
right.
watch the
That's what
game,
Mario
John,
is.
you played the game, you would know. Anytime, because you got to find bananas. It's kind of like moons in Mario Odyssey. There's bananas like everywhere.
You've explained this, yeah.
And then once you got to punch a banana 3 times so it like explodes, and then you like collect the banana. And then every time you like have done that, you collect the banana. He goes, "Oh, banana!"
That's they did that in Donkey Kong 64.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, when like a golden banana appeared, the big guy going, "Oh, banana!"
It's very
nice
good.
look. A lot of callbacks. I like that.
Yeah, A lot of kind of remix
The
old
music,
Donkey Kong music.
yeah.
It is such a beautiful, fun game. It's just so good. Donkey Kong Bonanza. I am loving it. I'm obsessed. I'm playing so much. I'm playing this game more than any game I've played in a really long time. Like, I play video games, but, like, here and there. I'll play for, like, 30 minutes, 40 minutes at most. I'll put it down and do something else. Come back maybe in a day or two and come, This, I'm, like, sitting down, and I'm like, I'm going to play 20 minutes. And then I look down, and it's been, like, 2 hours.
Yeah.
I had the day off today. My son was at camp. My daughter was at preschool. And I had a Friday off. So it was like rare. So I was like, I'm just going to play Donkey. I played for like 3 or 4 hours today.
That's amazing.
And like the time just went by. I was like I started playing at like 9:30. And at like 12:30, I was like, oh shit, I should eat lunch. And then at like 1, I finally ate lunch, or 1:30, because I was like, okay, I'm going to eat lunch after I do this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then you do this and you're like, oh, what's that over there? And you go do that, and you're like, and then another half hour's pass, and you're like, oh shit, I've been playing this game for like 4 hours. What? And that does not happen to me. It has not happened to me in a very long time. I can't remember the last game.
Animal Crossing. You were pretty into Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, I played.
But it was also during
a lot.
COVID. So
there was time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Animal Crossing. You spent like
but
a
like
lot
I
of
don't.
time.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on Animal Crossing when it was out, because it was during COVID and we had time and it was just great and
escape.
magical. But I don't think I've played another game as much. When the Zelda.
Oh yeah.
What was that game? The
Tears?
like cartoony Zelda, not
Oh.
Tears.
Link's Awakening or
No,
Echoes of Wisdom?
Echoes of Wisdom. When that game came out, I was like obsessively playing it, but it was kind of easy and I beat it quick.
Ah.
Like I was playing that pretty hard. I was just like any like free moment I had, I was like I could watch a movie or this TV show. I was like, no, I must play this game. I have not had that experience since that game. But this is like more. There's more to this. I'm playing this like way more, and I'm somehow finding time. My kids are like annoyed.
Huh.
I come in the room, I'm like, I'm just going to play. And my son's like, you're playing Donkey Kong again? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I want to play. I'm like, okay, in a minute. And then I'm playing for like 20 minutes.
Does he want to
Then I
play
let him
that game or another game?
Donkey Kong. He wants to play Donkey Kong.
Okay.
Oh, but does he play on your game, or does he have to start a new game?
No, we play on the same game.
Are there different save files, though?
You could have different save files. You could start a new game and like have him do his own save file. But because you're just,
Smash and shit.
yeah. And eventually, like once I beat the main story, which I think I'm pretty close, then it's just exploring and finding things in the different layers. The levels are layers. So then by that point, he'll just explore and take over. So all that to say is Donkey Kong Bonanza for the Switch 2 is amazing. The Mario Kart game was really cool, but this game is like a reason to buy the console. Mario Kart was like whatever. This is like, yeah. You should buy a Switch 2 to play this game. I highly recommend this game as one of the best games I've played ever? Possibly? I don't know. Let me play it some more and I'll tell you. But it's one of the best games I've played in the past 10, 15 years for sure. And it may be one of the best games I've ever played. It's so good. And it's really just deep and like it's fun. There's no moment where you're like, what do I do? Or this is kind of whatever. It's like constant, like fun and challenging, but not like challenging in a frustrating way where you're like, I can't do this or figure it out. It's like, you figure it out and you do it, and it's like, nice, that felt good. It's just great. Really good.
Well, you do have Grand Theft Auto 6 next year, so wait until you play that one first.
Yeah.
Maybe next year. Who knows?
You got to have faith here. Got to believe it's going to come out.
Oh, I hope it comes out on Switch too, because I really don't want to buy another console for that.
That game's going to be nuts.
Another 1,000 drop on that.
And Angelo making a comment about the Jays. Yes, they're good, Angelo. They're very good right now.
Very pesky.
The best.
The best team in the American League. It's weird and annoying. The Yankees lost again tonight, which is also annoying. Your Red Sox also lost tonight, John. The Yankees are playing the Phillies, which sucks for the Yankees, but the Red Sox are playing the Dodgers, which really sucks for the Red Sox. So we're both kind of screwed this weekend. The Rays lost. What?
Beat the Phillies once in extra innings.
The Red Sox
Pretty
did?
good game. Yeah, they did.
Oh,
once. That's
Wait,
nice.
didn't the Red Sox lose to the Phillies on a catcher's interference? Didn't that
Yes.
happen over like the last week?
Yes, that was super
Yeah,
fun.
that happened.
The catcher's interference
There
walk.
was like
Catcher's
two
interference
catcher
walk-off.
interference things that happened. Yeah, there was a walk-off catcher interference, and there was catcher interference the next game right after that, too.
Yeah.
It was a rough time.
Yeah. So John's team is not doing great. My team is not doing great. Red Sox and Yankees not doing great right now. Yankees traded for a third baseman today, Ryan McMahon from There's got a McMahon on the goddamn Yankees, pal, and I love it. Ryan McMahon from the Rockies coming over to the Yankees to play third base. Hopefully he'll be in the lineup tomorrow and he'll help. But it's like
Defense looks bad, so you can't
yeah,
hurt it.
it's a start, but it's really not the finish that we need. Like Cashman needs to get wheeling and dealing. Maybe trade, half the team and get a new team, and maybe we could pick up the pieces from there. But let's trade our shortstop.
Very like video game moves.
Yeah,
We're just
crazy
making
shit.
moves just right in the middle of the season.
I'll trade you Volpe and Dominguez to Pittsburgh for Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
Deal?
And in the game, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'd be a fool not to take this deal."
I'd throw in Spencer Jones into that deal. Honestly, I would I would offer the Pirates whatever farm system or half-assed young guy that we have on the roster right now for Skeens. I would offer them 3-4 guys.
You're getting Skeens for 4 or 5 years.
Yes, I would offer them half a baseball team for one pitcher.
Yeah.
Because for Pittsburgh, it's they need more than one pitcher because they need kind of a baseball
the lineup's
team.
pretty incomplete.
And the Yankees kind of have a baseball team. We just need that one pitcher. So why don't we give you some shit that we have, and then you could give us your gold, and then maybe you could.
Your shit might turn to gold.
Maybe you have coaching that could explain to Jason Dominguez how to play left field.
That bounce.
Maybe you could explain to Dominguez how to catch a pop fly. When the ball is moving backwards, maybe you show him how to attack that ball and track it so that it lands in your glove, and you don't just do a thing against the wall, which isn't even an attempt at catching. I mean, if a ball goes near the warning track, near the wall for Jason Dominguez, he's fucked. He can't compute how far the wall is in any ballpark. I mean, it would be one thing if, on the road, he's young, he's a little tentative.
This was at Yankee Stadium.
This is at home.
Yeah.
At home, he can't figure out where the wall is. He's awkward. He looks confused anytime the ball is hit near him. He's the worst left fielder in baseball. And we have other guys that can play left field, and for some reason, he still gets to play. It's because if he doesn't play left, then he doesn't play.
Yeah.
At all. Because,
He's not playing right.
he's not playing right.
He's not playing center.
He's not playing center.
He doesn't play first.
To me, I guess it's a lefty-righty thing where sometimes Grisham plays and sometimes Dominguez plays. But Dominguez in left
He's a switch hitter, right?
is crazy. Yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah.
So sometimes,
Yeah.
so they can use him in that role. But he's so bad. Offensively, he's been kind of, I got to compare the numbers with Grisham. How much worse is Grisham offensively than Dominguez? Significantly?
He maybe
And how
gets on
significant?
base less.
Because Grisham in center, Judge in right, and Bellinger in left
It's pretty good.
is a more solid defense. Bellinger in left is great. Bellinger is really good. I'm really happy with
Didn't
his
the ball go
performance.
over his head and he completely missed it?
Yes.
We got lost in the lights. That happens.
It got lost in the lights in Toronto. Bellinger has been so solid that when things like that happen, you go, okay, whatever.
It can happen to anybody.
He
When
made-
Judge missed in Game 5. It It's just,
Well, that was a bad time, though. That was the problem.
Yeah, it was a bad time. But, like, it wasn't like he can't catch.
No.
It's just,
Dominguez is, like consistently bad. Volpe has been consistently bad. Peraza.
Vivas made a mistake, too.
Vivas and Peraza have been just not major league level.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Ben Rice defensively has been bad.
Yeah.
Catching and at first base, he's been bad.
It's disappointing.
So some of these guys can hit, but they cannot play defense. And some of them can't do either. Like, we have guys on the team like Vivas and Peraza who can't play defense right now or hit. Like, Peraza's defense was kind of good, and it's kind of fallen off.
Yeah.
I think everything mentally for him is breaking down. He needs to get back to the minor leagues and figure it out. Or not. Whatever.
Yeah.
Go away.
He might be out of options.
But Vivas, Peraza are shit at everything baseball. Terrible. Rice can hit, but he cannot field. He cannot DH for us, because if he does, then Stanton doesn't DH for us, and Stanton must DH because his bat is valuable. Stanton can hit, and he's been hitting. He must be in the lineup. There's been times where Stanton has not been DHing. He's been getting, like, days off, and I'm like, is he hurt, or are we just confused about who should be playing here? Well, because if Dominguez... we got too many outfielders. Too many outfielders, and we had no third baseman. Finally, we have a third baseman. So now we have McMahon at third. We have a shit shortstop in Volpe who can't play defense or play offense. He's awful at both. We have Jazz Chisholm at second, who's fine.
Yeah, I'm happy with Jazz.
We have Goldschmidt at first, who's fine. Defensively, he's been a little shaky lately, but he's usually fine. And offensively, he struggled a bit, but he's coming back. He's looking good. Goldschmidt is fine. Jazz is fine. McMahon, I think, will be fine. Volpe. Wells, catching, isn't great.
No.
He needs more pop in the bat, and defensively, he's not really lighting anything on fire. Like, he's not
a great framer.
He's not great at framing. He's not great at he doesn't have a good arm.
Not a great blocker.
No. Wells is like a serviceable catcher. He's only the Yankees' #1 catcher because there's literally nobody else. Because J.C. Escara, who's our backup, is also shit.
Yeah.
He's worse defensively than Wells because he is terrible defensively. Like, he's so fucking bad that Wells, in comparison, looks good. But he's not good. He's just serviceable, and he can't really hit. This is my wrap-up baseball music, I think. I just can't take it anymore. So we got a first baseman. We got a second baseman. We might have a third baseman. We have a right fielder. We have no bullpen. Loizaga, shit. Hamilton, shit. I don't know. Who else is there? Everybody's hurt.
Hit and miss.
Weaver has been kind of...
Williams has been solid since April. Like, since his terrible start, he's been pretty good.
Devin Williams, Mr. Williams here.
He gets in tight spots, but he can get out of them.
He's been better. Weaver and Williams I'm not super concerned about, but it's like those are the high leverage guys when we're winning.
Got lit up last night.
We don't have anybody, like, if a starter is done after 5 or 6, we have nobody for 6 or 7. There's nobody.
And then they give up runs.
And then you lose the game in the 6 and 7. And our starters have not been great because there's too much put on them. There's too much put on Fried. There's too much put on Rodon because there's no bullpen, and the other starters are shit. Will Warren has been shit all year, and for some reason, he's still starting games at a major league level. It is fucking astounding to me that Will Warren still gets starts on the New York fucking Yankees. The fact that people aren't more pissed at Will Warren than they are at Anthony Volpe is confusing to me because they've both been terrible, and I would say that Warren has lost far more games for the Yankees than any fucking player on the team because anytime he starts, it's a guaranteed fucking loss. Every fucking time with this motherfucker. fucking Will Warren. He comes in.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
Yeah, it's 5 runs right off the bat.
John is laughing.
It's hilarious.
He's like crying with laughter.
I can't take it
pretty good.
anymore.
John smiled this way.
Will Warren
Pretty good.
is fucking killing my summer.
Really, I thought Marcus Stroman was your worst pitcher, to be honest, but like you've convinced me now it's not him actually.
Strowman is not the worst pitcher
No, Strowman's
because at least Strowman once in a while is good, and he's in the past had at least a career where you could go, he's respectable. Will Warren sucks. He's young, has never been good, is not proven. Yet the Yankees time and time again let him pitch, start games. All season long. Every fucking time he comes up in the rotation, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, gonna get lit up for a 5 spot early on.
Fuck. Fucking Will Warren. So we have 2 pitchers. We have 2 starters and no bullpen. And that's a recipe for what we're seeing here, which is a complete and utter collapse. Collapse.
And we're past the halfway point.
Yeah,
like
we are fucked. We are not winning the World Series. We may not make the playoffs at this point. Like, I don't want to go to the World Series. The American League is so shit.
Yeah.
Okay? Because the Blue Jays can't last forever, right? The American League.
Although I didn't think they. I didn't think they would last this month.
I didn't either.
They've surprised me.
I mean, they're beating the Tigers 2 out of 3 so far. It's crazy. Like they're maybe real. I still don't
know. I think the Astros might come out still, but
like I just think that the American League, things can jumble in the playoffs. Things can go in the Yankees' way. They can get hot at the right time, and they can somehow find themselves back in the World Series to play the Phillies or the Dodgers or the Mets.
The schedule's really good at the end of the season for the Yankees.
Yeah, I know.
But
They
right
play
now
the Orioles
it's tough.
a bunch.
Now it's tough.
Yeah, they're playing the Phillies right now, and then they got 4 games against the Rays. It could be
They got
over
7 games against Houston in the
this
next
time
few
next
weeks.
week. The Yankees could be out of a playoff spot and just out of it completely. It could be like total fucking meltdown for me next week. Okay, this is bad now. Next week could be worse.
It won't be that bad.
But
It'll be
like,
rough, but not
even
that
if
bad.
we make the playoffs, even if we make it to the World Series, I don't want them to make it to the World Series because we're gonna get fucking destroyed.
Yeah, if it's the Dodgers.
If it's the Dodgers, the Phillies, the Mets are gonna fucking kill us.
Even the Cubs. The Cubs are good.
I don't want to get my hopes up
Yeah.
because the Cubs will kill us too.
Yeah.
I don't want to get my hopes up and see this fucking team blow it again, and then everybody's like, "Oh, look what happened!" It's just I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the Yankees get embarrassed again because I know that they can pull it together because we've seen it this season where they're like, "Wow, this is a good team."
Yeah.
But I know that they could give you the illusion of being good. But in the end, they will fuck up. And I don't want to see it. Like, I know people are talking about trades and let's get this guy. But I'm always
the
like,
answer is.
I almost go, maybe we need to pump the brakes and just focus on 2026. Maybe we need to focus on Garrett Cole healthy with Max Fried and Carlos Rodon in that rotation.
Is there any big free agents coming up?
Tucker,
yeah.
we got it. We focus on getting Tucker, getting. I mean, you know what I mean?
The Dodgers,
getting Tucker, maybe bringing Lombard up to play shortstop next year.
Yeah.
Give Lombard bring Lombard up.
If they don't train Cam Schlittler, maybe he develops into a really good back end rotation guy.
I think you bring Lombard up in September. If we're if we're not really in contention in September, you bring him up. You start giving him starts at shortstop, and you go, "Hey, Volpe, next year, this guy's got your spot unless something happens."
Yeah.
Well, that's not what Boone says. Boone says that Volpe's an all-star.
Yeah, well, Boone says that because Cashman says that, and that's just what the organization says. But you can always reevaluate, and the numbers don't lie. So, and the fans aren't going to allow it. Like, do you remember what happened to Aaron Hicks? He got run out of town. Volpe will get run out of town by the people if the Yankees don't do it. It will happen. Like, if this continues for the rest of the season, no one will accept that next year.
I read on Yankees Reddit and stuff. There's fewer and fewer voices saying "Hey, Volpe, maybe."
No,
it's more and more we've
these plate
appearances.
It's
this
awful.
is who he is, kind of.
This is who he is.
It's not potential. It's a bust, maybe.
He's a total bust.
Yeah.
This is who he is. I was hoping there were moments where you go, hey, we might have something here. Nope. Although Gleyber Torres is an all-star, so what the fuck?
I know.
Maybe it's just the Yankees coaching.
Maybe. I'm a big fan of
Every week is different. Last week you were top of the world. Now you're the bottom. So, that's the way the season goes.
Was I good last week? Why was I good
it the
last
All-Star
week?
break?
Did we beat
Last
the
week?
Braves maybe 2 out of 3 and I felt better?
Yes.
The Braves are pretty bad this season.
Yeah, I know, but seeing the Yankees win made me feel good.
Yeah.
But, seeing the Yankees embarrass themselves in Toronto and then lose another one tonight in Philly at home against Philly, it's like, man, what are we doing?
Yeah, those Toronto series, it's like 1 win out of 7 games. It's like, that's not good.
No. And the one we won was just barely. A
Yeah,
solo
true.
shot
From Rice, yeah.
Solo shot in the top of the 9th from Rice made it 5-4, and they hung on with Williams
After
in
they
the
blew
bottom.
a 4-1 lead, yeah.
Great pitching performance from Williams there to keep us victorious, because I don't know anyone else in the bullpen that could have done that.
Yeah. Not Weaver.
Not Weaver in Toronto. Fuck that.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Boone says, it's just this. They can't win there. They can't win Rogers Center. That's the problem with the place.
They would always win at Rogers Center.
Yeah, he was blaming it on the stadium why they're playing bad.
Wasn't the sweep we went to, that sweep? Wasn't it the first time the Jays swept the Yankees ever at the Rogers Center?
No, in a four
game.
game.
Okay, but
still, that makes sense. They're pretty rare.
Yeah, but they played each other pretty more. There's probably used to be 2 4-game series.
4-game sweeps are super rare though. 4-game sweeps is never really happens in baseball.
Yeah.
Except this year with the Blue Jays and Yankees. Blue Jays beat the shit out of the Yankees this year, and it's propelled them. I mean, the beating up on the Yankees has given the Blue Jays such confidence and gusto that they're now beating up on the Tigers, and they've got momentum.
They beat up the Giants too.
It's nuts what they're doing. It's shocking, and I hate it. I just don't like seeing Toronto succeed. It's just annoying. All right, that's enough. I'll be back Thursday with Fred and AJ for some MMA stuff. And then next Friday, we'll be previewing SummerSlam. So how about that, John? How about it?
And then possibly a post-show on Sunday.
Yes, boy. And then hopefully the Yankees win every game from now until next week, so I'm in a better mood next week. And we trade for some awesome players, and we're ready to go. This is the
David
thing.
Johnny for.
No,
if I am being honest,
you didn't say it.
I was the first
I
one
didn't
in
say
the
it at
entire
all.
world
We're
to say that
6 days.
Logan Paul
games,
is something special.
Mark
my words.
No, but I'm saying we're one good week away from getting hot, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, if the Yankees win 5 to 6 games in a row, and the Jays lose 2 or 3 in a row at the same time, all of a sudden it's all right,
We're close.
here we go. Watch out.
2 games back, or
You know?
whatever,
We were 3 games back at Toronto before the series started, this past series, right? And I was like, we sweep them, we're tied. I was like, thing is, if we would have won 2 out of 3 from Toronto, the vibe is totally different.
Yeah.
But the way we lost the 3rd game,
Yeah.
and the fact that we lost 2 out of 3, and the fact that we lost another series in Toronto, and the way that we lost, and the fact that we couldn't take 2 out of 3, it's just fuck. But if they would have won one more game, I think we're sitting here going, well, we're only 3 games back. We're still.
Is it 4.5 now?
Oh,
I think it's 5.5.
It's
now.
a
Might be
ton.
because Toronto won, the Yankees lost.
It's 5.5.
Fucking hell.
Red Sox are 7.5 back, John. How about that? Yankees still the top wild card team.
Yeah.
I think the Red Sox are still a 3rd wild card team.
They are still in the wild card.
Nobody else in the AL Central or AL West is a really.
This is what I'm saying about the American League. It's not that good, and the Yankees could fuck around and
dominate,
win it.
but they're dropping that opportunity. They had that last year. They took advantage last year.
Because the Jays being as the Tigers are kind of hurting right now.
Yeah.
The Jays being as good as they are right now, like, I know some Toronto Jays fans are going to be mad when I say this, but, like, it doesn't really concern me because I believe they'll get bounced in the first round of playoffs anyways because John Schneider can't figure it out. So I'm not worried about the Jays. Like, I'm not worried about the Jays in play. Like, if the Yankees play the Jays in the playoffs, which would be fucking sick. I don't think it could happen.
Yeah,
but maybe it could.
Yeah,
it could happen.
Jays
Definitely
have
could
one of the buys, and the Yankees
Right.
win the wild card series that leads to winner faces Toronto, based on the seeding.
I mean, imagine the revenge.
That would be.
Imagine.
Yeah.
It's possible. What I'm saying is, if we, obviously as Yankee fans, if we have a series with Jays home field advantage, and we're going to go, fuck, we're fucked. But, depending on the momentum, depending on, I just, I don't believe in the Blue Jays making a deep postseason run, given their roster.
They still haven't won a postseason game in the Vlad Jr. era.
Yeah. So I just, I don't fully, I'm not buying in fully. And I feel like if the Yankees were to play the Jays in the postseason,
Toss up.
I think we'd beat them, which is crazy because we have shown that we cannot beat them.
Yeah, they seem unsolvable.
And I just went over and over again about how shit the Yankees are, and they are shit. But, Toronto teams in the playoffs, even if they're the best team, they fall apart for some reason.
Except for that one Raptors year.
Yeah, that 1 year with the Raptors, that freak year, where if Kawhi doesn't make that crazy shot, they don't win.
And if Kevin Durant isn't hurt in the finals.
Like, if they don't make that one shot, they don't win.
Oh.
All right, that's enough. I'm being played out. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you again soon.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word.
You know the drill? Hit that subscribe button, flip those notification switches.
We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net. Hope to see you again next time, and have a good night.